A wee disclaimer here. We're not film experts. We're doing this for fun and to try and shine a light on films which are seen as rotten on movie review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, and to poke fun at them as well. It's a chance to highlight that the critical consensus isn't always everything.
We'd also like to remind everyone that we're about to go over all the film's details, including the plot. So there will be spoilers. Also, we just want to mention it's okay to disagree with our opinion. If you do, you can tell us and become part of the discussion. With that in mind, thanks for joining us and enjoy!
Hello, and welcome to Rank Rotten, the podcast where we watch allegedly rotten movies and ask the important question, are critic reviews still actually relevant?
Yeah, are they worth the paper they're written on?
Again, critics maybe have a place, but I feel that people rely on them considerably sometimes, you know. Sometimes you're better just going and watching the damn thing yourself.
Definitely. I think you shouldn't let it be the be all and end all.
You know, and as we've said here many times, it's often why we kind of put a lot of our stock in the audience score, because we know the people who have went to see it, what they think, and the people who have went to see it are people like you and I.
Definitely.
But I was reflecting the other day just on what we've done so far, and I think we've actually done an alright job, and I don't know if it's intentional, right, quite honestly. We've done an alright job of doing a sort of wide range of movies.
We've covered a lot of genres.
We have. We've sort of done action stuff, comic book stuff a couple of times as well, horror stuff, a bit of animated stuff too. And I know you were saying you wanted to do a bit more of that. Yeah, I do feel like we could absolutely be stepping that up somewhat. And also like romance as well.
Yeah, we have covered a couple of romances.
We had last week. Actually, I feel like we've had an inordinate amount of romance this season, if I'm honest.
Yeah, like 3?
4, because we've done 2 Twilights.
Oh, yeah.
And we've done a Forever My Girl, and we've done a Cinderella Story.
Yeah, I wasn't counting this one because it's not in the can yet.
Ah, well, fair enough. And I'll tell you, it had me thinking actually, where I was thinking about the Twilight, because you said something last time and you said it was romanticy.
Mm-hmm.
You've used this term a few times. I've seen it chucked about online now that my Instagram feed is full of Twilight stuff. And it was this thing, and I remember the birthright of when Twilight sort of became massively popular. I said this last time. I used to work in a bookshop at the time these books were coming out, right? That they called it paranormal romance. Have you heard this term before?
I haven't, no.
Paranormal romance is what they called it, and it was a whole section, and I remember everybody was giggling about it because we got the word that we were supposed to call this new section, or like this sort of section within the section, paranormal romance. And it spawned so much, like, and it was the popularisation of Twilight that spawned all these different books, and they were all different things, werewolves obviously, vampires, ghosts, you know, but one of my favourite ones was about mermaids, right? Mermaids, and it was called Sleeping with the Fishes.
You are joking.
I'm no kidding. It was genuinely called, because I remembered it the other day, and then I was working on stuff for Rank Rotten, and then I was like, right, do you know what? I'm going to have a wee look, and I googled it, and right enough I found it.
That's so funny.
Sleeping with the Fishes. Honestly,
yeah. That'd be a hard pass for me, I think.
Aye. And then, you know, it's a funny thing too, because I thought, well, maybe we'll get a break for the romance because there's going to be a bit of fairy tale action this week, and all.
Yeah, love a bit of fantasy.
Well, there's no, really, is there?
There is absolutely none.
So it's like a modern version of Cinderella. We'll get to that shortly. But, you know, it had me thinking, though, about fairy tales initially. And I was wondering, was there ever a fairy tale that really stuck out to you, which you know is like, that's one of my favourite fairy tales? Like, that's the one I'm like, when I think of my childhood and I remember really liking a story or being captivated by a story, that's the one. What was it?
So there's a couple.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark, and I can't remember if we've mentioned it here before. Maybe we did.
I think we might have.
Cat's childhood book of Russian fairy tales.
Yeah, my big tome.
Was it hefty?
It was hefty. Like, it's probably about 2 inches, maybe an inch and a half thick.
Kids' book.
And it was like A4 size as well. It was big.
Yeah.
And it had 2 volumes of them. So, yeah. In order
2 hefty books.
2 hefty tomes. And inside one of those was a fairy tale called Peter's Castle.
Peter's Castle?
Yeah, and the story goes along the lines of, it makes it sound like I'm a mad woman, where this guy inherits a castle, but the castle's haunted, so he's got to spend the night in the castle to keep the castle, basically. And I remember having this really distinctive image of this like castle with where the portcullis was the mouth of a monster.
Oh, cool.
And I can really still see the image now, but I've tried having a look online and I still can't find anything about it.
But it's probably because it was a Russian thing, so it's probably no Peter at all, and they've just randomly slapped Peter on it because it's a translation.
I
So
think that's
perhaps
exactly
we can
it.
find it.
Maybe.
Have a wee neb. But I'll tell you, I'm no sure I'd want to keep a castle if I stayed in it. If it was haunted and I was going to keep it if I stayed in it overnight, well, I'm not going to keep it, am I? Because it's haunted, and I'm not going to stay in it overnight or any other night, so keep your castle, I don't want it.
Well, there you go. That's going to be a very short fairy tale, isn't it?
Aye. Mikey turned up to the castle and went, oh, it's haunted, I'm going home, and left. There you
Stuff
go.
this, I'm off. The other one is another one that people don't really talk about, but it was very close to my heart. I had the little Ladybird book,
Hit me with it.
The Magic Porridge Pot.
Right.
Right.
Come on. It's not called the Magic
It is called
Porridge
the Magic Porridge Pot. And I can still see the Ladybird book now. And I can't quite fully remember the story, but there is a magic porridge pot in it, surprisingly. The magic words for the porridge pot were cook, little pot, cook.
Cool.
And then the person didn't know how to make it stop, so there was just porridge everywhere, which sounds actually quite hellish.
And then let me guess, the magic words are stop, little pot, stop.
Yes, it was. It took them quite
And
a bit.
the person in the story never thought that. Right, cool, fair.
Not straight off the bat. I think they were quite panicked.
Does the pot only cook porridge?
Yes.
Can I cook mince and tatties in it?
Nope.
Or stovies?
Nah.
Pizza?
Nope. Porridge only.
Tacos?
Nope.
Just porridge.
Just porridge. Golden syrup porridge, obviously.
I just made the meal plan for next week right there. 34 things, there you go.
Porridge, porridge and porridge.
No. Mince and tatties, stovies, pizza and tacos.
Well, I'm on board.
Right?
That sounds quite good, actually. Write
It's
that
not
down.
bad, yeah. We'll write it down right now. So no necessarily classics for you then.
No, they're probably, unsurprisingly, they're a bit off the wall for me.
Aye.
What about you, Mikey? What was your fave?
Right. I was thinking about this the other day and I was like, what one really stands out to me? And, you know, I've got this vivid memory watching this tape, or it must have been a tape, of Rumpelstiltskin.
Okay.
But it was Rumpelstiltskin, so it was like a collection of fairy tales, like short. It was even that long a tape, like, because I found it on YouTube, and it's, it's about 20 minutes or something. But there's a version of Rumpelstiltskin on that, and that was the one I always see. And I watched the tape so much that I think that's normally the first sort of like fairy tale I think of. You know, he's menacing, he's quite creepy. There's definitely a horror vibe to it, like there is many of these fairy tales, obviously. You know,
For sure, yeah.
and it's the whole thing about trying to, like, it's the joke itself of them trying to guess his name when his name is just like daft stupid. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the whole thing, I loved that. I loved it. But, you know, Cinderella itself, I thought, you know, thinking, well, you know, this is Cinderella brought into the modern times. Well, it was 20 years ago, right?
Ugh.
Brought into modern times, right? So I thought, well, where did it come from initially? You know? So I had a wee neb, right? So the Cinderella sort of story, right? The first European version was written down and published in Italy, right? By a guy, right? Apologies in advance, guys, right? I didn't speak Italian, nor do I speak French, so I will give it my best shot. And I never looked at any of this ahead. I normally do, but I didn't do it this time. Giambattista Basile in his Pentamarrone in 1634. So that was like the first sort of written down one that we know of, right? And then the version that's, right, this is funny, right? The version that is now most widely known in the English-speaking world was initially published in France,
Oh, right, okay.
right, by Charles Perrault in Histoire au Conte du Temps Passé.
Very good.
I didn't think that was very good. But translates to Histories or Tales of Times Past.
Oh, I like that.
It's
That's
a very
nice.
cool title, isn't it? No so much when I try and read it in French, but in English it's a nice title. It's 1697, and it was called Cendrillon.
Cendrillon.
I think so. It was Cendrillon. French is your territory. So.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And it was anglicised as Cinderella. So, and now that's obviously what we know now. And then Hilary Duff played Cinderella.
Yeah,
But
she
wasn't
did.
called Cinderella, she was called Sam.
Yeah, and she just plays Cinderella at one point.
Well, sort of, aye, because of the Halloween party, aye.
Yeah.
Listen, we're getting ahead of ourselves, eh? Before we go starting to talk about story elements, maybe we should look at some details first. A Cinderella Story came out in July the 16th, 2004.
A frightening long time ago now.
21 years ago, to be precise. It was a PG across the pond, and it was a PG here and all. It had a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes, so it was quite short. Thank goodness. Sorry. That's mean.
Nah, I think it's about right.
The budget was $19 million with a box office total of $70.1 million.
Decent return.
Very. For 21 years ago, aye.
Yeah.
Considering you've made over 3 times your budget, that's pretty sweet.
The director of this movie is Mark Rosman.
Not Mark Ronson.
No, I had a really difficult time there not saying Mark Ronson.
Also, Mark Rosman, I checked, I didn't ken this dude for anything. I think he's a very limited career, according to Wikipedia, of course.
Of course, and that's the be-all and end-all. With that box office return, maybe he's just retired. One and done.
He's like, I made my money. I made Hilary Duff. Sound.
Sorted. This movie was written by Lee Dunlap and the music was by Christoph Beck. The production studios for this movie were Dylan Sellers Productions and Clifford Werber Productions, so lesser known.
Yeah.
When we were going on to based on a book, I also noted that it was based on Cinderella by Charles Perrault.
Well, that'll be because, it's the English version, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm
Perrault,
glad.
is that how you say that? I think I said it wrong.
That's the way I would go for it, but I may well be wrong as well. The tagline for this film is, "Once upon a time can happen anytime."
Okay. Is that to try and emphasise that we're bringing this classic fairy tale into the noughties, into the modern era?
Most definitely.
And the synopsis I've got for this one, which I took from Rotten Tomatoes, by the way, seemed appropriate, eh?
Yeah, providing all.
Exactly. A teenager with a wicked stepmother develops an online relationship with a popular high school quarterback.
The dream.
The dream in every teen TV show and or movie in existence, which is one of the main reasons this movie stumbles, I would say. The tomatometer gave this film a very generous 11%.
It is really harsh, I think.
It's quite harsh, aye.
Very harsh. The popcorn...
I've seen worse than this, I think.
Oh,
that have got
for
way
sure.
higher than this, you know?
Definitely, yeah. I think it's very harsh. The popcorn meter was much more favourable with 53%. And CinemaScore gave it an A-.
Honestly, right? Last week, I think the score for the second Twilight Abomination was similar, right?
Yeah.
So I've always said I hold a lot of stock in CinemaScore, but I'm starting to wonder now because I feel that it's a good thing because it gets people when they're walking out the door, and blah, blah, blah. I've said this before. But, how are these movies getting scores that high?
I was thinking about this actually through the week, and what I was thinking about was that maybe there's a potential for a slight bias to creep in on CinemaScore because especially if they're doing it early before people are trying to be influenced and you're getting the people who really want to go. So people who really want to go are probably more likely to give favourable scores.
Aye. Well, it's because you've got a target audience, and so you're advertising it for that target audience. So when that target audience leaves the cinema,
Yeah.
they're going to score it higher because it's the film they wanted to see.
Yeah.
Whereas if why would I have wandered into the cinema to see this?
Mm-hmm.
And if I left, it would have been, I'll not say what my score would have been because that'll ruin what I'm going to say later, but do you see what I mean?
Yes.
So
yeah.
you're totally right. So basically, my opinion has changed in the last 5 minutes from CinemaScore is the best to CinemaScore sucks.
I think, as this podcast proves, we need to take every review system with a pinch of salt.
Very wise words, Kat, very wise words. We just wanted to quickly say if you're enjoying the podcast, please consider doing a wee rating or a review wherever you're listening.
The more ratings we have, the more people see the podcast, and the more people join our little club.
Aye, that's right. Ratings and reviews increase visibility or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most popular podcast platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts allow you to leave a wee rating or a review. So wherever you're listening, if you can consider doing that, we'd massively appreciate it.
We really, really would.
As well as that, if you'd like to follow us on our socials, they are as follows. Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky are all at Rank Rotten Pod. That's at Rank Rotten Pod for Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky.
And we're also on Facebook as Rank Rotten, a Rotten Movies podcast. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as listen to the full episodes there too. That's also at Rank Rotten Pod.
You can also email us at rankrottenpod@gmail.com. You can send us any feedback or let us know what you thought of any of the movies we've talked about, suggest a rotten film, or just say hello. Again, that email address is rankrottenpod@gmail.com.
Anyway, should we get into the plot now?
Totally, let's do it, man. So our film opens to like a castle.
It does.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's a castle, oh, whoa. And then I was like, oh, it's in a globe. And I was like, oh no, my hopes of high fantasy fairy tale vibes were crushed immediately.
I'm so sorry it lulled you into a false sense of fantasy.
Well, that's, I mean, I should have really known, but I didn't look into anything. So when we sat to watch it, I still wasn't sure if there was actually any fairy tale elements or no. And this was basically slapping me across the puss bit for the word go to say, no, there isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was it.
Samantha Sam Montgomery, played by Hilary Duff, who I don't think I really knew from anything.
Oh, really? You didn't watch Lizzie McGuire?
Nah.
Oh, wow.
See, I thought she was Hannah Montana.
No, that's Miley Cyrus.
See, this is it.
Just passed you
And
by.
Miley Cyrus is the one on the ball.
Yes.
And Billy Ray Cyrus's daughter, obviously.
That's right.
So I kind of remember that part of it. But didn't he see Lizzie McGuire? Is she the one that was like, she gets famous when she picks up a microphone or something?
No, that's Hannah Montana as well, I think.
Is that a magic microphone? Is that what?
I don't think Hannah Montana has a magic microphone. I think she's just pop star by night, normal child by day.
Oh. Hilary Duff plays our lead and her name is Sam. She basically lived a really nice life with her dad when she was younger, and her dad was widowed, so her dad sort of raised her on her own.
Yeah. There's some really nice scenes here of him and her together, sort of playing like baseball and stuff, and there's a narration over the top that basically saying that she felt like she never missed out on anything.
That's it. Baseball gets mentioned here and then again later, but like they didn't really pick at that thread at all.
Mm-mm.
She likes baseball, but it's very two-dimensional, because it's not really brought up again in
Yeah.
any meaningful way at all. At some point as well, her dad owns a diner and he calls it after himself. It's called Hal's Diner.
Oh, wow.
Aye, and then she's all like, oh, diet was a 4-letter word and grease came at no extra charge.
Yeah.
Is what she says when she's talking about it. And I'm like, that's twee as hell. And also, I don't understand. So, diet is a 4-letter word, i.e. it's a swear word, essentially. Nobody says diet when they come into this diner.
Yeah.
That's what that means, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything there.
No. And grease came at no extra charge. Confused me. And maybe I'm being too literal because I'm like, do some places charge for grease?
I don't think so. I think she's basically trying to say
So
that
we're going to fry your
everything-
bacon, but if you want it cooked with grease, you're going to have to pay an extra $1.
Yeah, I think basically that's it. Kind of, and that everything comes with grease.
Yeah, it's all greasy and everyone eats what they want and calorie is a bad word.
Yes.
I get you.
Doesn't sound like too bad a place.
I can't help it. I take things very literally sometimes, okay?
That's okay.
But when he's at the diner as well, he meets this woman who's Fiona, who's played by Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes, it is.
The Jennifer Coolidge, Stifler's mum Jennifer Coolidge, and various other...
Loads of things.
Yeah, I don't know. I always said this to you when we were watching the movie that Jennifer Coolidge used to be. She was Stifler's mum, and she was like this sexy woman that, like, you know, the term MILF was created around. And then at some point, Jennifer Coolidge just decided to lean into comedy, and she's really good at it.
I think in American Pie she's very funny as well.
She is, aye, but it's done a different way. But what I mean is the Jennifer Coolidge that we knew, we see surfacing here because she's doing the thing with the voice and the, you know, like she is in Minecraft as well. Like, and that was only I don't know, last year or whatever. Like, and so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was actually thinking earlier that she's in Legally Blonde as well.
Yeah.
And I wonder if these sort of movies helped her gain more confidence in that comedic space.
Well, she's good at it.
She's very good at it.
You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm not going to be even shy about saying this right off the bat. She's probably the highlight of this movie next to Regina King.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? So Hal and Fiona then get married.
They do, yeah.
And it kind of creates a new family unit
It does.
between Fiona and Hal and Sam, and Fiona's 2 kids as well, who are Brianna and Gabriella.
Yes, that's right. And you get a bit of an instinct from the get-go, even from the wedding photos, that Fiona's not very nice. And that you see them coming out of the registry office after they got married to get like a family photo of them all together.
Yeah.
And she drops her bouquet and Sam bends down to pick it up. And the photograph's taken at the exact moment that Sam is bent down, so she's just not in the photo. And she's like, one'll do.
It's funny. But it's funny, but at the same time, I was like, oh no, she's a boot in this one.
Yeah, she's a meanie bobini.
I think that's why we get the sort of Minecraft redemption when she's a goodie in that one. Well, what is she a good guy in Legally Blonde?
Very good guy.
So she plays some sort of mentor figure or something for Reese Witherspoon. I can't remember that movie at all.
Oh, we'll need to rewatch it.
It's no rotten.
It's
but
definitely not rotten.
The second one is, but
It is though, yeah. Sort of. She sort of plays that mentor figure, but
I quite like in Wednesday when Tyler sets up the crypt for to screen a movie, and it's like instead of putting on a horror movie, he puts on Legally Blonde, and she just sits and winces the whole time.
it was an excellent joke.
We also see Sam and her dad sitting having a wee conversation at one point, and she's like, "Oh, you know, where did princesses go to college?" Because he's like, "You're gonna go to college because you will go to college." One of those families, clearly. Yeah. And it's like she's like, "Where?" And then I was like, "Cat," I turned to you immediately and went, "Princeton." I knew it was exactly what I was going to say, and he's like, "Oh, the same place princes do, Princeton." And I was like,
You called it.
I did.
See, I took a slightly different view on that, where I liked the fact that it was her and her dad reading through this sort of fairy tale book, and he was focusing on the fact more that she should want more from life than just finding a boy. And I thought it was quite refreshing. But I loved her.
100%. I agree with that. But there's definitely an element in this movie of you will go to college or you will do what I tell you because I am your parent.
Yes.
And you see that with the guy's dad,
Yeah.
him, know, so we'll get there. But so basically what happens is one day there's an earthquake, right? And her dad's killed in the earthquake, basically.
Yeah.
And see, when the earthquake comes, her dad goes like that, earthquake! And it's the worst acting I've ever seen. Nearly. I honestly was like that. I was mulling it over when we were watching it. I was like, could Kristen Stewart do a better job than this?
That is a question and a half.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
All right. But the guy's no great, but thankfully he's not in it much longer.
No, he is not. R.I.P. Sam's dad.
R.I.P. Hal. And it's like, there's this bit right after her dad dies, like the music right here. I swear to God, it sounds like an AI song before AI.
Okay.
The song was just terrible.
The music in this is a bit choice. There's a lot of Hilary Duff music in it.
All right, well that might explain it, but there's also there's an element I saw when I was looking at people think of this film fondly because of the soundtrack, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding.
See, for me, like there's loads of songs on there that
was it like Fall Out Boy in that? I don't know.
Well, no, Jimmy Eat World's in it.
Oh, right, okay.
And Busted are in it, so there's some unusual songs in there, and as I say, there's a lot of Hilary Duff as well.
Busted? Did they make it in the US?
They must have done.
Mental, eh? I didn't know that. Good for them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when Hal croaks it, there is nae will. So basically, what's her puss? Fiona gets everything.
Yeah, she gets the lot.
She gets all the stuff, and Sam gets hee-haw.
Yeah, Sam's dumped with her.
We then fast forward 8 years later, and Sam's like a straight A student, and she's basically having to put up with Fiona's endless chores, demands, slavery.
Yeah, it is basically slavery.
And she's also happened to turn Hal's Diner into like a sort of hot pink sort of abomination.
Yeah, it is garish, very garish.
And she's obviously forced to work in there.
Of course, Sam must
on roller
work.
skates, by the way.
I know. What's with the roller skates?
Sam's basically seems to be constantly on the go, always studying. She's like Rory for Gilmore Girls, eh? So that's what she comes across like, but with like a much worse living situation.
Definitely.
And it's like, it's pretty harsh. It seems like the two sisters as well, like, whilst Sam's been treated horribly, the two sisters are getting everything they want, pretty much. I mean, I didn't have to keep saying it, right? But this is Cinderella, right?
It is.
Just all the sort of major pieces are in play,
Mm-hmm.
And the two stepsisters are part of that. I do quite enjoy it here because one of the demands that Fiona makes on Sam is for her very, very special salmon that she's got imported specifically from a very, very exotic region.
Is this the Norwegian salmon that I asked for? 'Cause I need my omega-3s. Only the best? I can tell. It costs a fortune to fly that stuff in from Norwegia.
Norwegia, all the way from Norwegia.
All the way from Norwegia. Fiona is not the brightest bulb.
To be fair, she does use the term Norwegian.
Yeah.
Hence the confusion.
Yeah.
But absolutely cracked me up. She's obsessed with the salmon, eh?
She is.
You see the salmon a few times. There's a fish mentions throughout this movie.
There's a lot of salmon mentions.
One thing I noticed here was the absolute tip-top topiary. Did you see it?
Yes, the big elephant.
Elephant. I'm like, I want one of them. See the planter at the front? Just get hedge. I think can you just go B&Q and buy hedge plants, right? Get that in there, grow it so it's like mad big daft, and then we'll cut it into the shape of an elephant. It's going to be boss.
There we go. That's a project for next year.
Right. We also see that the two sisters are sort of like, they're learning to do something. What are they learning to do?
They're learning to synchronise swim.
See, I was like, is it that or is it some sort of pool fitness aquafit class or something? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
They've got to be hats on in that though, so it suggests synchronised swimming.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of them totally farts in the pool at one point, which is just, I don't know, it's quite funny.
Yeah, our childish humour was well satisfied.
Well, this is the thing. It should be quite funny, and I should have laughed, but I didn't really.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that again this morning, and I was like a bit more like, that's quite. I actually didn't even really realise that she farts when we watched it the first time. But there's a few bits with the sisters where I'm just like, oh, I'm over this.
Yeah, they do get a bit tiresome.
Aye, there's a few bits that stand out to me specifically, which I'm sure we'll chat about as we go. But aye, the wee man's like prancing like a little chihuahua or something. He's like, Yeah, and you can just
the
hear the guy in the
instructor.
background just like trying to get them to do all this. It's funny, like.
Oh, honestly, it always has me in stitches when he's like, Lady Liberty, Lady Liberty.
And then like Fiona's sitting there going on about how talented, aren't they so talented? And then like the guy's just like,
He's giving her the side eye. Like,
he's like, yeah, whatever. And then, to be fair, like one of the sisters then calls one of the other one, like she comes up with a bit of a suspect sort of insult.
yeah, something from 2004 year.
There's a bit of language in this movie occasionally that comes up, which you wouldn't use in a film now, and that you wouldn't even necessarily hear people use now. But I
Definitely.
think one of these bits sort of comes up here, but I can't quite remember what was said.
Yeah, I've got it here. So it's when Gabriella, I think, pumps in the pool.
Aye.
And the sister's horrified. She goes, I've got a spastic colon. And Brianna says to her, you've got a spastic brain,
Wow.
which you just would not be able to say these days.
True. You wouldn't be able to, but would you be allowed to say you've got a spastic colon?
I don't know. I don't think even as a medical term it's really used
No,
anymore.
I really don't think it is at all.
Maybe it's
really.
a slightly more American thing than it is here.
But I guess it just highlights there is some language sometimes in this film where you're like, oh, or things that people do or say where you're like, oh, you get away with that now. And that's only 21 years, you know?
I know.
Crazy. We also kind of get more of a glimpse into Fiona's character, as if we didn't already ken that she's a total boot. We get more of it here because it appears that the valley is experiencing a drought. Now, this is what, California?
Yes.
That's no surprising.
No.
And we get another a belting line for Jennifer Coolidge again. And to be fair, most of the lines that we selected from this movie were from her, weren't they?
No, honey. Leave those on. The lawn's looking a little brown.
Fiona, we're supposed to be conserving water. We're in the middle of a drought.
Droughts are for poor people. You think J-Lo has a brown lawn?
J-Lo!
J-Lo, I know. She endured from 2004.
Yeah, that's it. Do people ken who she is now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, this is it.
good question.
Maybe we should ask the parents. And
We'll
be
need to ask
do
the
you
young
ken
people."
do you ken who Jennifer Lopez is? And they'll be like, oh, there you
Oh, I'm not sure I want to know.
go. Well, I'm about to rock your world, and I'll pop on some J-Lo.
To be fair, she's got some bangers in there.
Play that song, just turn it up, turn it on. That was her.
Oh, yeah, that was her.
And we get like the shot then zooms out as well whilst Duffy, Hilary Duff, is running to her car.
Yeah, while her own song plays because
Is
she's a
it?
double threat.
Oh, right, okay. And then it pans out and you get a shot of all of the lawns and everyone's brown and barren and there's this like comically bright green.
It is.
And I was like, that zoom out shot was done with a chopper probably then. And now it would have been done by a drone and I could have done that shot now. That's the irony, eh?
Wow, the world has changed.
And it would have been better quality too now. But I find that interesting when you watch films before a certain time. You know that shots like that would have took a lot of effort.
Yeah, and been very expensive as well.
That's it.
We then see Sam heading to work at the diner before school because Fiona has forced her to go. Surprise, surprise. She's trying to study at the diner while while working as well. So she's clearly trying to keep on top of everything else as well.
She needs to get to Princeton. She's got to
does.
pay for Princeton.
She does have to pay for Princeton, yes. Fiona keeps reminding her of that.
Yeah, Fiona's basically like, I'll pay for your Princeton, but you're going to have to work for it.
You've got to earn it, which is just incredibly cruel. And you see that Fiona's salmon obsession has made it to the diner as well, where there's lots of salmon-based dishes on the menu.
Is that what that joke's about?
Yes.
Oh man, there's a bit where Chad Corey Dillon, whatever his name is, later on says that. Where he's like at the bar. He's at the, I don't know if you call it a bar and a diner either. He's like, what's this fish thing with donuts or something? I can't mind.
Yeah, I think it's sushi and donuts
Aye.
or something. It sounds revolting.
What's his name?
Chad Michael Murray.
Right. And his name's Austin in the movie.
Yeah.
So I remembered that because I had him jotted down as various things in my notes. First Chad Corey Dillon and then CCD and then Austin.
Okay.
So I got there in the end, but not his real name.
Not his real name, unfortunately. Just one of these things. That of course you would remember one character from one Sabrina episode's name.
Yeah, you Googled that, didn't you?
I did.
Because I said to Kat, somebody was called Chad Corey Dillon. Must have, and that name was in my brain. I was like, that name exists. Mm-hmm. And Kat was like, aye, because one random character in one random episode of Sabrina was called Chad Corey Dillon. And I'm like, right, okay. I did watch Sabrina a lot growing up.
Don't you worry. You are getting your Chad Michael Murray fix now between Gilmore Girls and this.
Yeah, true.
And if you really want some more, we can watch One Tree Hill.
Nah, I'm hoping he maybe gets phased due to Gilmore Girls and all soon enough. He's not actually that bad in Gilmore Girls, to be fair. To be fair, he's pretty good.
Pretty good. What you get from the diner scenes is that you can see that the staff of the diner really care for Sam. It becomes really transparent.
Yeah, so I said to Kat that, right, forgive me if I'm simplifying this too much. The staff at the diner are the mice from Cinderella.
You mentioned that and I had never seen it before.
And Gus is the chef.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't care about the rest, but Gus is the chef.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. That's the way I saw it.
And Rhonda, who's played by Regina King, is the fairy godmother.
That's what it feels like to me, like.
Yeah, and
as well.
Rhonda clearly has got a great sense of humour as well, because the first scene you see of her is her on the phone and she's complaining about some beef. And she's saying that if this beef is grade-A, it clearly cheated on its test.
She does say that. Oh man, that was funny. Like, I loved that.
Very funny.
But that's the thing. The scenes that they two are in feel like a decent movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they're so good. Like, sorry, I'm referring to Jennifer Coolidge and Regina King. And, you know, it had me thinking, like, what Regina King, what film is it that you see her and you think of? Is it this? Or is there another one?
I'm not sure. For me, it's probably this.
Aye.
Yeah.
So when me and Pete were growing up, and I don't know if it was about this time, but Regina King was in a film called Down to Earth with Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered her from that because me and Pete watched that a lot when we were kids.
It's a good movie.
Aye. And then there was, I certainly thought so. I've not watched it for a long time and I didn't care if my opinion would have changed because I know it quite well and I really liked it then. I can't see me feeling any different about it now. But Ray was the other one.
Oh, of course. I forgot
She
she
plays
was
one
in
of the
Ray.
Raylettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that. And she's amazing in that movie. And because she plays the part so well, because it's like strong sort of woman character, you know what I mean? In a different way to this, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
she's clearly good at portraying strong women characters.
Definitely, and that's something that's definitely seen in this film, where
That's why she's a badass.
She is a badass.
Sorry.
And she's clearly taken on that kind of mothering role for Sam that Fiona just clearly can't be bothered doing.
Aye.
Where you see her trying, like Rhonda saying, like, you've got to go, you're going to be late for school, like your dad wouldn't want you to miss school, all this sort of stuff, and usher her out the door, which is quite nice.
I said here as well, oh, she's the best. She should be the mum. Is that what happens? Do you know what? I'm not going to say quite right at the moment.
Yeah, it's not the right point.
And there's a bit here too, and it's similar to what we chatted about Casper. We talked about Carrigan, the character in that, where she orders a bunch of like rum and raisin ice cream and a bunch of other stuff, and then she orders a diet Pepsi on top of it. Mm-hmm. That's what this guy does. He orders all this stuff,
Yeah.
massive breakfast, and he's like, and a diet Coke. I'm trying to watch my weight.
Yeah, and Regina King, Rhonda, just around him and says, "Why you're watching it ain't going nowhere."
Actually, I say that. But I was like, that lad, that's me. I do that. I go to McDonald's and I'm like, well, listen, I know I've got the calories for a McChicken sandwich and some fries, but I'll get a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Because then I don't know, you know, if you get the milkshake, that's like another burger.
Yeah.
You know, it's more than a
Crazy
burger,
calorific.
actually. Calories, more than a cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
But it's worth it though, isn't it?
It is, aye.
So we see Sam leave for school and on her way there she goes to pick up her friend Carter, who is played by Dan Bird.
Love this guy.
Yeah, he's great. When she arrives at Carter's house, Carter's dad is outside cleaning his car very meticulously and says that a man's best friend is his Mercedes.
I certainly felt a bit dated to me.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Just the way it's said. Have a Mercedes, fine. Loads of folk have Mercedes. You know what I mean? Now. But
Yeah.
it's like dated to say it that way.
To be fair, I do think they segue it in quite nicely here, where Carter's saying that like Sam's car's a bit crummy. Like it's a beautiful Cadillac she's got.
Aye.
No, in fact, I think it's a Mustang. Sorry.
She refers to it being beat up and that later on, and I'm like, get real. You've not seen a beat up. You've not seen my ma's Ford Fiesta.
With a slip and fan belt.
When I was a kid. Slip and fan belt was the least of that car's worries. You could try to get into it in the mornings was a nightmare.
Exactly, yeah.
True story, right? Mum's car was broken into and the people went to take it for a joyride and couldn't start it.
Oh dear.
So it was foolproof, really.
There you go, see? And I bet there was a knack to starting it as well.
Oh God, aye. There was always a knack.
There was
like
always a knack.
Sean William Scott in Evolution. I do this when he's at the door.
Oh yeah.
So a wee throwback, Evolution episode 7, this series.
Carter says to his dad, like, look at this car that Sam's got. Like, it's really beat up. This is what I've got to go to school in, sort of thing, which I think is quite rude. Somebody who's picking you up.
Somewhat privileged, you might say.
Yeah.
That being said, I kind of like Carter as a character
I
in
also
this
like
movie. He's
Carter.
probably my favourite one, apart from Rhonda.
Yeah. But I feel like Carter's dad's quite justified because he says that Carter has managed to total 3 cars.
Again.
3 cars! And he's like, he must be like 17.
Oh, no way. What's that about? I'm 30, whatever I am, and I'm learning to drive now.
Yeah.
It's like,
Never
these
too
kids
late
are
to
learning to
learn.
drive when they're like 14.
Yeah. Especially in America, I think they do it pretty young. But yeah, he's a liability. If it's total 3 cars, he definitely should not have his own.
Aye.
Like
Also, Dan Bird, who's the guy that plays Carter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like that immediately. I paused it and I went, "Cat, I know that kid."
Yeah.
Face. And I do, from a movie called 1st of May. When he was much younger, he was in that movie, and it's a film about a kid that runs away and wants to join the circus. He meets an old lady who talks to him about all her time in the circus, and he's like, "I want to do that," and he sort of runs away from home to go and join the circus. I actually think it's a nice film. It's probably like a TV movie vibe, but that kid was good in that movie, and I liked it when I was a kid because it was kind of a chill movie.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it for a long time, so it could be pretty poor, but I believe it's actually fresh. So.
Oh, cool.
Do you know what I mean? But I have never seen him in anything else. And I went, there's that kid for 1st of May. There he is, yeah. So, but there's also a wee bit of cultural appropriation going on here.
There is, yeah.
He comes out and he's wearing like incredibly baggy clothes.
Yeah, looking like Ali G.
He basically looks like Ali G.
Yeah.
Aye.
All in red.
Aye, and all in red. And he's coming out with the slang terms and that. And it's like, oh, mate.
Yeah. He says, "This my Snoop Dizzle look."
Yeah, he does say that, aye.
Yeah, because Sam's like, "What on earth are you wearing?"
This my Snoop Dizzle look.
Yeah. And it transpires that he's actually preparing for an audition that's after school.
Aye, that's
So
right.
he's trying to get into character. He says he's method.
You see him in various outfits through the movie because he's so method.
He's so method.
To be fair, full shizzle and all that, it's kind of become part of culture now, I believe. Some
Yeah.
people do say that. I'm pretty sure I've heard your mum say that.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's a thing.
Yeah, definitely a thing. Sam and Carter arrive at school. They're trying to find a parking space, and as they're pulling into a parking space, the popular girls at school wheak in front of them to get the space and
Oh,
steal
it's
it.
such a dick move.
It is, and no wonder he's total 3 cars if this is the way they drive.
Aye.
It's outrageous because she then goes to pull into another space, and the popular boys at school wheak into that space.
Oh, for goodness sake, eh?
I know. I'd be absolutely livid. I'd be absolutely livid. So the popular girls at school are led by the lead cheerleader, who is Shelby, and is played by Julie Gonzalo.
See, in Adventure Time, there's a wee worm called Shelby in Shelby's school.
Oh, nice.
Totally different Shelby from this Shelby, and that Shelby is a worm and also very nice character and very funny.
Yeah, this Shelby isn't so nice. But
This Shelby is a wee boot.
yeah. However, Carter says that Shelby, quote unquote, wants him so bad.
Fair enough. At least Carter has some confidence.
Oh, definitely.
You know, good for
Somebody's-
him. I didn't have that.
Yeah, me neither. Somebody's definitely not lacking. And the popular boys are also led by Austin Ames, who's played by Chad Michael Murray.
Chad Corey Dillon.
According to you, yeah. Who is the quarterback of the football team and is currently dating Shelby in a very stereotypical fashion.
Yeah, and he's also basically supposed to be the prince type character.
Yes, he is.
So, you know, if we're off on his slots, if the diner folk are mice and Rhonda is a fairy godmother, then Austin is the prince.
Yeah, I think that's very fair to say. While walking through the school, Sam bumps into Terry, who is played by Simon Helberg.
Better known as Howard from The Big Bang Theory.
Yes, a very young Howard.
You told me this, that he was in this, and I'd forgotten. So when he came on, I was like, oh my God, it's Howard!
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
Wolowitz!
It is Wolowitz. He's an absolute scene stealer.
He is, and I think that's maybe why he's went on to be really popular in The Big Bang Theory. Probably one of the most popular characters. I mean, I understand, even now, right, Big Bang Theory's been out for a while. Some of that is somewhat dated, and that he's this sleazeball.
Yeah.
But he's not a sleazeball because he's got a heart of gold.
Yeah.
But some of the behaviour,
Yeah.
You
Totally
know, but
inappropriate these days.
it is. But it's interesting that, because that wasn't even that long ago, really.
Yeah, the
You
world's
know?
moved fast.
And we're talking about references and things in this. And Big Bang Theory is much newer.
Yeah.
But anyway, Simon Helberg buzzing. He was class.
He has a great t-shirt on at this point as well that just says Darth Vader was framed.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
I didn't even see
It's
that.
great. Yeah. So Terry is a total geek and he bumps into Sam and he's clearly quite fond of her. But then he has to bustle off to try and communicate with his other cosplay friends.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But basically, he's playing Wolowitz here.
Yeah, there's not that far.
So I've
between
got
the
a
two.
theory that this is this is a Big Bang Theory prequel,
Okay.
and that Terry changed his name to Howard because you know how Wolowitz has got this thing where he wants to be really cool and he's got his belts and that,
Yeah.
and he thinks he's really cool.
Yeah.
That's what so he tried to reimagine himself from high school when he was Terry. So it's a prequel to Big Bang Theory, this movie.
Can I suggest a slight edit to the story?
I'm going to let it happen, but I still think mine's is pretty solid. But
It's
go on.
pretty solid, but what about if you had to go into witness protection? And
That
that's
makes
why I
it
got
that
a
makes
new-
it a bit cooler, but a bit more crime drama-y. But still, I'm into it. It's good. I like the way you're thinking there. That's
Yeah,
good.
more solid story than this film has. Anyway.
This film's got a solid story because it's been tried and tested since before 1400 and something or whatever it was.
Apparently so, yeah. Sam receives a text at this point from her cyberspace pen pal, her secret admirer, and Carter totally takes the mick out of her for it. And it's somebody that she met on a Princeton chat room.
I wonder who that is. It's someone at the school.
I wonder.
It turns out. Also, I love it here because she texts him, right? And then she writes lol at the end of the message. But just in case you're not sure, because this is up to the minute lingo, right?
Yeah.
She goes, laugh out loud as she types lol, just so we know as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right.
It felt very dated when we watched it again just now. But, you know, it was what our life was like back
People
then.
are still using lol, though.
Yeah, lols
I've heard
persisted.
the parents say that.
Mhm.
So, like, you know, it stood the test of time because I didn't realise it was this old now.
Yeah.
Like that term, you know what I mean? But I'm glad you spell it out for us in case you weren't sure.
Yeah.
Do you think that was for the parents taking their parents to the cinema?
I suspect it was, actually. I think you're 100% right.
Why is she writing lots of love at the end of her messages? I think
I've forgotten about that. That's hilarious.
it's one of Mum's friends, I think. He used to
Um,
put lol in a card all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That's right.
she used to put lol in a card. Mum will tell us who it is, but she used to put lol in it, and Mum was always like, "Why does she put lol in her cards?" But it was because she thought it meant lots of love.
Oh, that's really sweet. It's super sweet but hilarious. Like, imagine like a condolence card. Like, I'm so sorry.
Oh no! I wonder if she ever did that. Imagine.
So sorry for your loss. Lol. Mary.
I'm really sorry if it's horrible. It's horrible, really horrible. LOL.
Lol. Oh, then the heart was in the right place.
I had here, Kat. Were the naughties the best?
I think so. It's
So,
pretty good.
I had some notes here about the naughties. I know about the film. I've lost interest already by this point. Right? Right? Nostalgia, right? Simpler time, right? Social media, right? Media saturation wasn't a massive thing. So, like, social media saturation now is what we're talking when we say media. But I'm talking media across the board. You now have media at your fingertips. You've got music, you've got movies and TV shows, news channels from anywhere in the world, websites, everything is instantly at your fingertips, right? Media saturation and social media saturation, both.
Yeah.
Two different things, I'd say, but both a thing now. This was before that. This was before all that.
Yeah, it was. It was a simpler time.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just remember it being much more fun. Like, I'm going to sit and chat to my pals on MSN Messenger with a bottle of Iron Brew and headphones on listening to music.
With Windows Media Player
Windows
showing
Media
the
Player,
visualizations.
Aye, in the background, and you know, there was a very social element. It was that was happening at that point. But it was you had to plug in to do that.
Yeah, and when
So you had to sit down at a machine and interact with your friends, and then you'd log off. And when you were bored, you'd go on and see if anybody was on. Doesn't it work like that now?
Nah,
Because everything's instant.
that's more closer to what my work life's like now.
Yeah, well, that was what mine was like too.
Yeah.
You know, when I was at where I used to work, you know, I could go and chat to people, and I'd go on and see like who's in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To chat about work related matters, obviously.
Of course. Naturally.
But it had me thinking, perhaps the noughties was the technology had improved, but it was still simpler than where we are now.
Yeah.
And so I think it was very formative for me. If it was 2004 and you're saying I was 17, because I'll have to rely on your maths for that.
Well, since this came out in July, we'll call it 16.
Okay, 16 years old, mid-noughties, you know, I was 20 by the end of that decade, over 20 years old. So that was a really, really formative time.
Yeah.
You know, this is where I met my friend Pete, for example, who was a huge influence on me. Do you see what I'm saying? So like, and all my friends and, you know, like, it was really that noughties period was probably where you go from being a child to being an adult at that time.
Yeah.
So I
Certainly for
like
us.
the noughties.
Yeah, I like the noughties too. Although there's one thing that's undeniable. All these texts that they're pinging back and forward to each other must be costing her a fortune.
Of course, yeah, because it was like 10p or something.
Yeah, per page.
It was 10p per certain amount of characters or something, though, was it, no? You say per
Yeah.
page, but phones were weird then.
Yeah, it was like, it went over the little tiny screen. If you went over the little tiny screen,
yeah.
that was you.
You
paid for
used
a
to go
message.
back and it'd be like when you were doing a tweet. You'd be like, right, I say that like it's a past tense thing, like nobody tweets anymore. just because I don't.
Yeah, we've never really tweeted.
Go back, like, well, to be honest, when I'm doing the stuff for the social media for the podcast, we didn't have X, but we have all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
You sometimes have to take characters away to post it.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what you would do then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? You'd have to, like, take things away. I'll take that word away. And that's why you use text speak was a thing, because you could abbreviate words. And
that's where lol came from.
that's where lol came from, or text me later.
Text.
And it would be L8R.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mental.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough reminiscing. Let's go on with the story. As they text each other back and forth, the admirer turns out to be Austin.
Wow.
Shock horror. Or as he refers to himself online, nomad.
I know.
Oh my God, that's that word I used. I said that last week. I used the term word nomad when we were talking about Twilight.
Oh, there you go.
Because I said it was a fun word to use, and then it popped up here. There you go.
Another link.
Again, keeps happening. The web. Not the World Wide Web, just to state, right? Anyway, he's nomad, and he confides that he wants to go to Princeton to be a writer, which is a contrast to the life his dad's planned for him, because his dad is a bit of I don't like his dad.
I'm also not a big fan of his
all,
dad. No.
right? I found his dad to be not only incredibly forceful and forcing the life he wants on his child, which you see in these movies and TV shows all the time, and it probably happens all over the world as well.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it happening to a couple of guys I went to school with.
Aye, I bet.
Yeah, where their dads had businesses and it was just expected that they would go into the business.
Do I want to though, eh?
No, don't get a choice sometimes.
It's an alien concept to us, but you know, I don't know, maybe if you had a family business, you'd expect your kids to take it over.
Yeah, and I guess it's a secure job opportunity for them, I guess.
He's also annoying, like, he seems so vacant. There's a bit later on when he's like, Austin, what's going on? Austin. It's like, you just shut up and leave me alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't like the guy. But Austin invites Sam to the Halloween dance so they can meet face to face.
Exciting. And he has no idea that she is who she is.
That's it. When you see them chatting online as well, you see her room now. So earlier on, when you see her talking about her dad passing away and her not getting anything in the will, you see her in this wee attic bedroom and it's really horrible. Mm-hmm. But she's made it a really nice wee space for herself.
She really has. It's lovely.
So she is being mistreated in a modern context, is the way I'd put this. So that she has modern conveniences, she has a nice room, she's made it nice for herself, she has the internet, she has a job, she has a car, which Cinderella didn't have.
Yeah,
in the OG story, let's face it.
Definitely.
So we're bringing it into the modern world.
We are. And actually, there's another point to add to your point.
I have a point to add to your point.
There's another bit of evidence that further strengthens your point, Mikey, where the two of them are talking on their MSN Messenger chat.
It's a Princeton chat room.
Yeah, whatever. MSN Messenger. And she goes, oh, we've been talking for 5 hours. We've broken our record.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're an absolute slave and you're having to study all the time and work all the time and you're so tired because you're just run ragged by Fiona,
but you've got 5 hours to chat to this rando.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you wouldn't have to study all the time, like while you're working, if you weren't up till 2 a.m. on a chat room.
Aye. Oh, man. I didn't even think of that. It's true. It's depicted like she's run ragged. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep. Time management issues.
So we see Sam, this is the only other time baseball's mentioned, I believe. You see Sam at batting practice. Mm-hmm. So she clearly likes to play baseball, but you never really see her play baseball.
Yeah, and like baseball's clearly a big part of her time with her dad, I think.
Aye, so no anymore, because you didn't see it in the movie.
Not really, no. She's very good at it, though.
My dad may have passed away, but my love for the game did not. She's doing the batting thing, eh? And she's worried that they won't like each other when they actually meet face to face. She's saying to Carter, like, this might go really badly.
Yeah, as you would.
Carter agrees to go to the dance with Sam.
Yeah, give her a bit of support.
And then Fiona basically phones Sam asking her to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, saying somebody's eating her salmon.
Aye, that's right. And you see the salmon in the fridge and it's like, this salmon is gross.
That's horrid.
It's come all the way from Norwegia as well, so it's probably on the turn by now. You know what I mean?
Minging.
Salmon on the turn. So I don't know why. Is that
the sequel to Sleep with the Fishes?
Aye, Salmon on the Turn. But Carter basically is like, why the hell are you doing everything she asks you to do?
Yeah, which is a valid question.
And then it is, apart from the fact that Sam's totally right, she needs to pay for Princeton somehow, and Fiona's the only way she can do that.
Yeah.
But after they're talking here, she visualizations, right, can help in life, right? Mm-hmm. And what she does is she's so mad, she visualizes the ball as Fiona's face and absolutely scuds it a mile.
Yeah, it's a homer, that one. Yeah, I always thought that was quite funny that it's got Fiona's face in it. And she's like, ah.
Jennifer Coolidge's wee face on the ball. And then something happens. I think Austin throws a football at her or something. What was going
The ball lands at Austin's feet.
Right.
And then he throws the ball back at her.
Right, aye. And then she's like, thanks. He's like, no problem. And you're like, oh.
Oh, well, actually, he goes, you're welcome.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's
that's right.
always stuck in my head. It's one of those little sound bites.
I can
I've
see
got.
why, because when I was watching it earlier, I heard that.
An unusual way of saying you're welcome.
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 We see Austin talking to his pal here as well, and he says that he isn't going to the Halloween dance with Shelby.
Yeah, which has clearly been the expectation that he will go with Shelby.
That's it, because they're an item.
They are an item, so he needs to
Or
get
are they?
Yeah, he needs to get his house in order.
We see Austin's dad in the next scene has an offer for alumni of USC at his garage. And Austin and him discuss the plan for him to play football at USC. It's just the University of Southern California, I believe.
Okay.
And then he wants him to take over managing the garage business after he graduates,
That's
which
sad.
isn't ideal. Do you know, something that sprung to mind here is that earlier on when they're at school and Sam's trying to park and then all these pricks for her class pull in and try and park ahead of her. It's like, the guy's like, oh, look, it's Diner Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I want a breakfast burrito, Diner Girl.
Yeah.
And it's like they're ripping into her. But, like, mate, your pal, Austin, is a car wash guy.
Yeah.
And also, never take the piss out of somebody for what they do for a living.
No.
I can't stress that enough. Didn't ever take the mick out of somebody for what they do for a living. It's horrendous. Somebody is working hard for an income.
Yes.
Regardless of what they do, nobody should be discriminated against or poked fun at for it.
No.
It's like when I was a kid, I worked in Subway, right? Sandwich place.
You were a sandwich artiste.
I was a sandwich artist, was my first job title, right? And a guy I went to school with, he came in once and he's like, oh, you're working in Subway. And I was like, aye, that's right. Because he had whatever job he had. And so I was, I worked in Subway, right? And then years later, I had a pretty decent job. Really, right, the best job I had, right? And then I went to McDonald's and he was working at McDonald's. And I didn't say a damn word.
Nope.
Because he's making a living and so am I.
Absolutely.
But it's just like, it's such a, that's what sprung to mind. Because I
Yeah.
remember that real life example. You know what I'm saying? Of that actually happening to me. And it's just like, but anyway, your pal works in a car wash, which is another sort of manual job.
Yeah.
And you're taking the mick out of this woman for, it's just the guy is an absolute slabber cabbage.
He is, he's
what he
awful.
is. Get what I mean?
Horrific.
Sam turns up because she's brought Fiona's car for a wash, and Gabriella and Brianna also bring their cars to be washed that they've clearly deliberately made dirty so they could talk to Austin.
Yeah, to give them an excuse.
And they're like, oh, look at our cars, they're so dirty.
Yeah, and they've got a car each.
Yeah.
And they're Volkswagen Beetles, which I think were relatively new out at the time.
Well, a Beetle wouldn't have been, but the model of Beetle
yeah,
probably
that type
was.
of Beetle, yeah. Very in vogue at that time. And they have like custom horns.
They do. I was like, what is that? Hey.
Yeah, and one of them's like that thing, like the car from Dukes of Hazzard has. That's the one. Yeah.
Does one of them genuinely have that as the horn? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
And then like Sam's all like, who did you pay to get your car all dirty? And the twins are like, oh, who are you, the dirt police?
Yeah, they go on this whole spiel about it and it just goes on a little bit too long.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the dirt police originally had me giggling and then I was like, this has gone on for a bit.
To be fair, they do make that joke like probably just stopped.
Yeah, just that's it. That's
Yeah.
what it needs to be. And then you've created a timeless moment. Maybe no timeless, but still. The twins then mention to Sam that Fiona's looking for them. And she's like, well, where is Fiona? And they're like, oh, she's at home baking.
Aww.
And then it cuts to a shot of her on a sunbed.
Yeah,
at
she's
home.
baking herself.
She's baking herself, aye. Fiona mentions to Sam that she needs her to take a shift at the diner that evening. The night shift, as she refers to it. Not quite a night shift, it's like a late shift.
Yeah, very late though, finishing at midnight.
It is, aye. And Sam tells Fiona that she can't take the shift because she's going to the Halloween dance, which Fiona should know all about because the twins are going to it.
Yeah, and also good for Sam for trying to set some boundaries.
Aye, exactly. Aye, good for you, Ed. Fiona tells Sam that she needs to not be selfish and earn her tuition money.
Yeah, just dangling that tuition money over her like a threat.
And it's the don't be selfish part. You're like, oh my God. But they're doing the cartoon character evil stepmother thing very well and bringing it into the modern thing. And they've obviously got Jennifer Coolidge doing it, so it kind of lands, doesn't it?
It does.
Which is why we're like, oh, because she does a good job. But also here, she decides to have a little pep talk with Sam, and she's brutal.
She's awful.
But it's funny because the way she delivers it.
There's something I've always wanted to tell you, and I think you're ready to hear it. You're not very pretty, and you're not very bright. I'm so glad we had that talk.
Oh, man.
Awful, awful,
I know.
awful.
You're not very pretty, you're not very bright, you're not going to get anything done in life. She's trying to keep her down because she needs her to help to work at the diner. That's what it is.
Yeah, Sam's doing all the hard work, so she doesn't have to.
Aye. But it's another class Coolidge moment, that. Because she's also, like, she's saying it and she's got those eye things you have on when you go tanning. What do they do? Just stop the sort of UV rays getting in your eyes?
Yeah, so
You just keep your eyes shut.
Well, the skin on your eyelids is much thinner than the rest of your skin, so it's to keep your eyes safe.
But it goes, there's a hilarious transition here where I can't mind what happens. She sits down, but she sits down on the sunbed and it burns her ass.
Yeah.
So she screams, but then like it goes into the song "I Need Your Lovin'" by Don Gardner, and then and so the scream and it's a funny transition.
It is
and it
an
made me laugh.
excellent transition. I really enjoyed it.
That transition was a standout moment.
Wow. I'm not sure what that says about this film.
To be fair, as I've said, both Regina King and Jennifer Coolidge were standouts, but still. So Fiona then heads to the diner to get money from the till and mentions that she'll be picking up her daughters from the dance at midnight. Fiona and Rhonda have a run-in about Rhonda not wearing the skates that are part of the uniform. Now, there's a few things that happen here. Fiona makes she makes a hood reference.
She does make a hood reference.
To Rhonda, because Rhonda is black, right? Which again, it depends on what, right? See, if this film was a 15 film and it was a comedy and it written by maybe a person of colour, you could do that. But Jennifer Coolidge delivering the line in a PG movie, wouldn't happen now.
No, it feels a bit off.
Aye, a line like that has its place and it would work if written by the right person and in the right movie. But here, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But then, I don't know, maybe these jokes are in there for people who are older, taking kids or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a weird one, eh?
And I think it's also just to show how vile Fiona actually is.
Aye, it does. It serves its purpose by showing you that she's an absolute dick.
She is, she's awful.
This is now an explicit episode again.
It was bound to happen.
But the line about the skates absolutely cracks me up, man, the whole thing.
Where are your skates? That's part of the uniform.
Fiona, if I wanted to look like a clown, I'd join the circus.
If you were part of my circus, I'd have you cleaning the elephant butts with a wet one.
It's evident here that Jennifer Coolidge is having a blast in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Just getting to be silly and getting to deliver the best lines in the movie.
She really does. And also, like, to be the most extreme character.
Yeah, totally. And she gets to be bad as well, which is always more fun anyway. You know what I mean?
Like Fiona's a very extreme personality. Like, she's got quite an extreme look and she dresses very interestingly. It's very vivacious.
And there's a lot of references to her getting various procedures done.
Yeah, and you can even see that actually from when you see her and Hal getting married. She looks very different.
She does, aye. When you see her in the diner the first time, she's just kind of like, she looks like a librarian.
Yeah, she does.
Like when I'm saying librarian, I know librarians. They do not look like that.
No.
What I mean is librarian from a movie.
Yes.
That's what she looks like. Do you
she's
see what I mean?
Mousy. She's quite sort of plainly dressed. But also the thing is, they obviously had Jennifer Coolidge in prosthetics because it's supposed to be the suggestion that she's had a nose job.
Yeah, because she looks totally different. Aye.
Yeah.
Austin, Shelby and all their friends come into the diner and they make fun of Sam, calling her diner girl, and it's that same absolute goof from earlier on who was like, "Where's my breakfast burrito?"
Oh.
And that guy, I've got issues with that character that'll come up later on and all.
Yeah, but they're all awful.
They're all a bunch of shitheads basically. And Austin basically then dumps Shelby at the table. He's like, "Can we have a pretty?" He's like, "Can we have a word in private?" And she's like, "Whatever you want to say, you can say in front of my peeps."
She does say that.
And then he's like, well, basically I want to split up.
Yeah, awkward. Really, really awkward.
Aye. And then, but then she basically turns to him and is like, "That's not what's happening."
Yeah, she changed. She's like, "Nah, I'm not accepting that."
Yeah, I'm not accepting that you want to dump me, so that's not happening. That's not how it works.
That is not how it works.
Oh dear.
But I think in Shelby world, that's how it works.
Totally. And then she's basically like, "I'll see you in a few hours."
Yeah.
It was at this point that I realised, I know they've referenced the dance a couple of times already. It's this time I realised it was a Halloween movie, technically.
Technically.
So we're still latching on to Halloween.
Yeah, we're having
November now.
We're having a prolonged tale out of Halloween, which is the way you like it.
Oh, absolutely, aye. I'd have Halloween deckies up all year round. Indoors, because I'm not a maniac.
I don't know. I think that's to be decided.
Aye. I love it here too, because Rhonda's talking to Sam and Carter about her chatting to this guy in this chat room, and she's like, "Is that the boy sending those love notes?"
I know.
Love notes.
I know. Love notes.
So funny, man.
Very nice.
But I like it as well because Rhonda's she's giving Sam a bit of a pep talk. And again, Carter's kind of losing himself in this part that he's going to be playing. You know, he's dressed in the baggy clothes and that earlier on. And he's standing like, "You tell her, girlfriend." And Rhonda just looks at him like, as a warning, and then he persists, and she's like, "You better stop doing that right now."
Yeah, especially because he's dressed as Zorro, like for the Halloween dance, like he comes to pick Sam up for it.
Yeah.
And I think he gets a bit carried away.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter what he's wearing. It still doesn't feel right coming to his mouth.
No.
I mean,
And Rhonda very firmly puts him in his place, yeah.
Anyway, I do enjoy it because Sam's like not sure she's going to go to the dance at all at one point, and then Gus, I've just got to call him Gus. I didn't care if he's the chef is now called Gus.
The chef,
right? Gus turns around and he's like that. "You got to get your freak on."
I think you'll find it's put your freak
Oh,
on.
it's put your freak on. So even better.
He's so out of date that he's put your freak on. But yeah, they're so encouraging to her. Like when she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to go. Like it's going to be too difficult trying. Like Fiona said not to, and I've got to have to get back before midnight before she gets back." You know, but they're like, "Oh no, you know, you should go and do it." And
yeah, and
encourage
actually,
her.
in the original story, obviously, you know, she's got to get back by midnight, or pure magic dress spell and pumpkin spell's got to wear off. But in this, she has to get back before Fiona.
Yes,
Ken, she's been there at all. So
that's right.
again, the parallels are very consistent. Well, at least mostly, you know.
Yeah, for the most part.
Carter's been allowed to borrow his dad's Mercedes, by the way, to go to the dance.
Ooh la la.
I know. As we know, Carter doesn't have a great track record. Let's see how this pans out.
So Rhonda, Carter and Sam are in a real hurry to try and get Sam a costume for the Halloween homecoming dance.
You know what this means?
Montage!
Montage!
We do love a montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Montage. So they make it to the shop just as it's closing, and Rhonda uses her wiles to get in, and she says, like, "I will give you free breakfast for a week." And the guy's like, "Make it a month."
Okay, you knew he was going to say that, eh? Did you remember? Is this another one you've remembered along with, "You're welcome"?
Yeah, I don't know why I get little sound bites stuck in my head, but yep, this is definitely one of them. Make it a month.
Make it a month.
So
Did we never see this guy again, having breakfast or otherwise?
No, we do not know if he got his free breakfast for a month or not. But yeah, during the montages where Busted come in. So Busted's on the soundtrack at this montage part.
Oh yeah, I've just got, you were singing the song here, what was it? And there you go, it was Busted.
There you go, it was Busted. Falling for You, in case anybody wants to know. The costumes in the montage are weird.
Yeah, I liked it when she dressed as a nun.
Yeah, and
then she sneezes, yeah.
Yeah, I quite appreciate that as well. Yeah, and then there's the pig.
No,
What's
that was
the
me
pig's
talking
name?
about dressing as a pig.
No, but there's the Porky Pig. The Looney Tune.
Well, she dresses up as Porky Pig?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, she dresses as Porky Pig. She's a knight. She dresses up as a hula girl. Yeah, the nun and Porky Pig.
I was just thinking, I'd love a costume shop like this.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Do these things exist?
I don't think they exist anymore.
Would be awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't even
Just
tell you
go
where
to
our
get a costumes, try them on. Oh man. But imagine having a shop like this would be awesome.
Oh, it'd be great. But also, like, I'm trying to imagine the time frame for this. So they're trying to get a costume for her to go to the dance. Like, the montage was quite long.
The montage is quite long, and then they go to Rhonda's house.
Well, yeah, this is it. They don't even find what they're looking for.
Nah.
But Rhonda spots a mask that is in the cabinet, and it's beautiful. It's lovely. It's a nice sort of lace, sort of eye mask thing.
And if you put it on, right, if somebody put that mask on, there is no way you'd be able to tell who they are.
I know, almost invisible. It's mental. The guy says that, the guy who owns the shop is like, "I've not got any costume to go with this mask though." And Rhonda says, "Don't worry, I've got it covered."
That's right.
So they head off to Rhonda's house, where Rhonda lends Sam a wedding dress that she's been saving for her quote-unquote next attempt down the aisle.
That's right. She says, "My next attempt down the aisle." And then she's like, "It's a long story."
Yeah, I
and
want to know
then
the
Sam
story.
just simply doesn't ask, doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's just like...
Sam is a bit weird though at this point as well, because
She's just an out, man.
she is a bit out. She's standing waiting for Rhonda to come back with the dress, and she's looking at Rhonda's stuff and she goes, "Oh wow, you've got a way of making something really simple look really beautiful." And it's literally a bottle cap on a chain.
It's that simple. You want to make something beautiful, just chuck your bottle caps on a chain.
Yeah, wow. It's not even like a nice chain. It's one of those ones that looks like, you know, the chain they put a pen on
Aye.
in a bank. Like with the little balls.
Aye. I'm taking the piss, eh? I'm like that. But then it's just making me think of the grape soda pin from Up,
Yeah.
which I want.
Yeah,
Would be
it's
cool to have
cute.
one of those.
It is nice.
I probably seen one of those when we were at Disney and I didn't even buy it.
I think we did, yeah.
Yes.
But it was
Next
like more,
time.
it was flat. It was like an enamel pin badge. It wasn't like a...
They like an actual bottle cap.
So we have a costume at last. And
We have a wedding dress and a mask that makes you invisible to everybody. So
Exactly.
nobody can tell you it's a magic mask.
it is a magical mask.
Do you know how in the latest Superman movie, Green Lantern Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion, drops into a conversation about Superman's glasses being able to scramble your sort of mind so you can't see that it's Clark, which, by the way, has never been explained in any of the Superman movies up to now,
No, it hasn't. I thought I quite liked that.
which was awesome because it was such a throwaway line. Nathan Fillion delivers it like perfectly.
And it's something that Superman always gets taken the mick out of.
Exactly, but James Gunn's like, we're quashing that right now.
Yep.
It's great.
From the
But
get-go.
anyway, is that what this is?
No,
Oh.
it's just...
Right, okay.
I have a theory about it, but we'll get to it.
Okay, so do I. So we'll get there.
Sam and Carter arrive at the dance and they agree that Sam has to be back at the diner by 12. So they set an alarm on Sam's phone for 11:45 so that she's got 15 minutes to get back to the diner before Fiona notices she's missing. And she attaches the phone to the strap of her shoe on her ankle.
Yeah, I was very thrown by this. Well, I was like, what's going on with that?
Oh, it's awful. I don't know why they did that.
Is that supposed to be... I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand either.
Like, oh, man.
Yeah, like flip phones. That's not a way to use a flip phone for anybody who was not alive during flip phone times.
Hey, flip phones are back.
Yeah, they're having a comeback, and I don't think anybody would attach it to their ankle. They're so expensive.
No, they wouldn't do it now.
Definitely not.
Wouldn't do it then.
Definitely not. So Sam heads into the middle of the dance floor.
Do you know what? It's a surefire way to lose your phone. Imagine if that happened.
Oh wow, yeah. I wonder if that'll happen.
Also, and then when we see the venue, it's like the school's like rented this venue for their Halloween disco,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What? And also, like, the hussies these kids are, and the cars they're driving, it's a very, very rich, well-to-do place.
Yes, it is.
That's big money, that.
It is big money.
Like, I remember it being a big deal when my high school prom, but because we started to have those about the time I was at school in this country. We rented a venue on Royal Mile,
Wow.
right? Now, that's, Royal Mile is prime real estate here in Edinburgh, like massively, right?
Yeah.
But I remember that being such a big deal because we'd rented this venue.
Yeah.
This is just for their Halloween dance, party, disco, whatever you want to call it.
But the thing is, the school's obviously massive,
Aye.
right? Because they mentioned they've got like a...
So why not have it at the school then?
Because there's not enough space.
But you just said it was massive.
Well, no, I mean like the school, the population of the school is massive.
Oh, I see.
So I think they said something like the school roll is like 3,500. Like it is a big school.
Right, okay.
then-
Jesus.
And then they're buying tickets
Yeah, okay.
to the Halloween homecoming thing.
So the school treasurer is pocketing cash.
Is that what you think?
This is the subplot that they didn't explore in this
Right,
movie.
okay.
It's probably Fiona.
I would not put it past Fiona at this point.
This is the bit that they tell you in the movie, is that Fiona is the treasurer for the school. She's pocketing the money for the ticket sales from the Halloween disco.
What a rotter.
Dance, whatever. Sorry. And we also see that a couple of... It's two folk and they're dressed up with like... What I can only describe as what you'd wear if you went Scottish country dancing.
Yeah, weird. I didn't realise that Scottish fancy dress was a thing.
Well, apparently it is. And I guess so because we are sort of stereotyped around the world and people know us for those things.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know?
It's just something I've not really thought about. It's not the first country that would pop to mind for fancy dress.
That's because you live here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get what I mean? I imagine it probably is definitely a thing. Oh, Griff was somebody from Scotland because you can wear the tartan, you can put the kilt on, you can put the hat on and you can do the jig. Do you know what I mean?
There you go, you've got it covered.
And we see the twins walk in as well, and they've been to the most niche costume shop you've ever seen because they walk in as conjoined Siamese cat twins.
Yes.
So there's been a level of confusion here.
Yes, and I think this is another moment of its time where there are Siamese cats and Siamese twins,
Yep.
which we would just never use that term anymore.
No, we wouldn't not.
No, not a thing.
But it's the fact that they mix the two things together, so you've got not just Siamese twins, but Siamese cat twins, you know.
Yeah, and they're sort of in like, you know those jumpers that you get where it's like one arm and then one arm?
Yeah.
So they've got that sort of going on, so it's like a three-legged race of people dressed as cats.
My weird ass was like that. I wonder how much of the budget went on making that costume, because somebody would have had to make it.
Yeah, probably quite a lot.
Hey,
Yeah. The costumes are quite good at this party.
No, I don't know about this. See, the bully boys, as I've referred to them, the bully boys, they're moaning that their costumes don't match. And they're like, oh, Austin, he doesn't turn up with the full Three Musketeer get up.
Yeah.
So he's ruined the costume.
Mm-hmm.
But the costumes are like, they're really good.
They are really good.
And you're like, they're not like pristine, but they're good costumes.
They're good quality
right?
costumes, not like a homemade number.
Exactly. But it's no epic cosplay level either. But they're decent.
They're decent,
But it's like, stop whinging, guys.
I know.
You've never worn a bin bag cape in your life.
And it shows. That's true Scottish fancy dress.
It is. These Californians have not even got bin bag capes on.
Again.
Going to their Halloween disco. I'm pretty sure I went to my Halloween school disco with a bin bag cape on. Probably more than once.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I probably did too.
I'm probably made to go as well.
Social as always.
You're going to this because it's good for you. No. So when she walks in, she comes down the stair and everybody's like,
who dis?
Who dis? Aye.
Yeah.
And she comes down the stair and there's a boy behind Carter dressed as like a barrel or something.
A barrel?
I can see a barrel and I'm like, is he a barrel? And I'm like, 100% that would be me. I'd be like, I'm the barrel! Woo! You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd never noticed the barrel
There was
before.
a barrel or something. Somebody had a barrel.
Cool.
Apart from the fact it would be called Tita at school disco.
Yeah.
Not at high school.
No.
Because at high school, your parents didn't make you go.
No. Nah, I'm not spending a second more in that school than I have to.
No. Also, you weren't into them either.
Oh no, I only went to one and a boy poured a dandelion and burdock over me and I left. It's stickiest substance known to man.
It smells, tastes.
Yeah.
Not very nice.
Don't like to drink it. Really didn't like to wear it.
I hated them. They felt like they were, oh no, it just wasn't me at all.
Nah.
And sure as hell didn't rent fancy venues. It was in the bloody assembly hall or school gym.
It was indeed, yes.
Crazy.
As Sam is walking in and going down the stairs, and the big reveal of the dress is done and all that, Shelby turns round to her little cronies and goes, "Love the dress, hate her."
Aye, she
And it's
does.
like, ugh,
I know.
so
I know.
stereotypical.
It is. I hate her because she looks nice.
Yeah.
It's just no healthy, yeah. People
Nah.
didn't do that kind of thing now. It's more like, oh, look, she looks great.
Aye.
And that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to say the latter part.
So Sam heads to the middle of the dance floor where she has arranged to meet Nomad at 11 o'clock. And who does she find there? But
Wallowitz!
our Terry, aye. Terry's there. And she has a conversation with him where they're both kind of talking at cross purposes.
Yeah, so she's like, oh, are you nomad? And he's like, well, yes.
Yeah, he's like, I have been a nomad across many centuries, and goes on this whole sci-fi.
Well, he is dressed as Neo for The Matrix.
And he is very excited to dance with her and does does a mating dance of some weird fictional alien species.
I checked this out,
Uh-huh.
and it's the Dance of Zion from Matrix Reloaded.
Oh, right, okay.
So he was really leaning into the Matrix vibe here. Because he shouts that out when he's doing it.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dance of, what the hell's that?
Yeah.
So I went and searched for it and then found that it was in the Matrix Reloaded.
So I'm very much glad he stuck to theme.
Yep.
He's not mixing his lore. Sam is totally petrified at this point. It's just like, do you know what? I'm really thirsty. Can you maybe go and get me a drink? Thinking, oh God, I've been talking to him for ages. And Austin comes over and reveals that he is actually Nomad by asking if she is Princeton Girl, which is Sam's little pen name.
And so she knows that it's Austin because Austin isn't wearing an impenetrable mask.
No,
But
he is dressed
he
as a
doesn't
prince.
know that she is Sam.
Yes, that's right. He can't identify her.
Yeah, he can't identify her. What do you think of that?
So I think it's a bit silly,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a throwaway line earlier in the film that I think might help, and it's where Sam says that she's trying to graduate a year early
Right,
because she wants to leave to go to Princeton as fast as she can and get out from under Fiona.
right.
So I don't think that she has been in Austin's year at school
Okay,
for most of the time.
aye,
So he might not recognise her. They might not have mingled that much.
aye. And he doesn't recognise her for the diner the day prior, or that day. It's the same day.
It's the same day. I know.
So,
I'm clutching
but
at
then-
straws.
But no, you're no, because the other thing is here you've got to remember is perhaps it's just that Austin is so in his own head and fully himself that he's not really thought about who she is.
I think that's your primary culprit.
Yes. And my theory is that everyone in this school hasn't had their eyes tested for a long time. They've all got terrible eyesight for teens. It's an epidemic. They need to go and get their eyes tested.
There you
Nobody
go.
can see it's her.
Yeah. Maybe it's the drought.
Get your arse to Specsavers. Lotus.
The drought has dried their eyes up so much that they can't see properly.
Even better theory, aye.
There you go. Just adding credence to it.
Visual health is important.
It is important. Just as they're introducing like themselves to each other, Terry returns
He does.
and is very gracious in defeat.
Austin aims with the lady. A devastating blow. A worthy opponent. I was deed, right? I've got it in my notes here. A devastating blow in big capital letters because it's just the way he emphasises it is funny as hell. But also, what has struck me here is, right, is not only is how good he is, right, is how good Simon Helberg is, because, and I know you can be like, oh, you know, it's just the Wallowitz part and he's playing, and this is clearly a precursor to that, right? But he does this thing, but when he plays that, does that line, it reads to me like a kid who is used to this happening all the time. So he's not actually that bothered. He's doing it. He's being theatrical and silly.
Yeah.
He's not bothered because it happens to him all the time.
Yeah.
So he's not actually upset. He's just taking the piss. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, and I love it when Terry leaves, he kind of just puts his hand up and the crowd splits. Like, I'm coming through.
Aye.
Like,
The king is coming through.
absolutely.
But no, like, I honestly think that Terry was great, and I just wish you had more screen time in this.
I also wish you had more screen time.
Sorry, is it Kenny or Terry?
Terry.
Because you told me it was Kenny. So
I didn't.
You did yesterday, or when we watched this, and I've got Kenny in my notes
Honestly,
for ages.
it's so funny because I said Terry and then you started talking about Kenny and I was like, he's totally
Who the
not
hell's
picked.
Kenny?
I was like, who's Kenny?
Oh, man.
I was like, he's 100% not listening to me.
I was listening, I just misheard, and I have Kenny for quite a while in my notes, so I'll probably say it again, although I don't think he's in it again, sadly.
Unfortunately, not very
A devastating blow that he's not in it again.
So at first, Sam is actually a bit put off by the fact that Nomad is Austin, which is quite judgy. And she really does sort of be like, but you do this and you do that, like,
Yeah.
don't judge a book by its cover and all that.
I know, and she's immediately quite judgy that it's him.
However, he soon wins her over and he manages to convince her that they should go for a walk outside together.
Well, to be fair, she turns around and she's like, oh, but what about being homecoming prince? And he's like, ugh. Like, he can't be bothered.
Yeah.
And so I think that sort of wins her over too, because he's not into that.
Yeah.
All that nonsense. You
He's
know what
not
I mean?
really what she expects.
No.
But as I say, it's because she's been quite judgy from the outset. She's assumed that she knows who Austin Ames is, not the person that she's actually been talking to.
Aye.
Austin asks that would she tell him who she is if he guesses it? So they decide to play.
And then he's like, are you Lizzie McGuire? Did I get it right?
Yeah, she did.
Nice.
He asks if they can play 20 questions. She's like, 10. And it's like, okay. So they play 10 questions, that famous game.
It's the attention span thing. She's like, oh,
Yeah.
20's too many. I've got to be back by midnight. We have to make it 10.
Yeah. So she never reveals her identity, given this thorough questioning, which includes, would you rather have a rice cake or a Big Mac?
Of course.
Yeah. So he, I think he's trying to identify which sort of group of girl she fits into.
Okay,
'Cause,
what
like,
my answer would be
Big Mac.
Big Mac every day.
Me too. You better believe it. I love a Big Mac.
Well, you know those little Metcalf's rice cakes with the chocolate layer on?
Oh, yeah.
Nice wee treat. Feel like you're getting a sweet treat, but it's a tiny little bit of chocolate, but it feels like more.
Yeah, they are good. Carter leans into his Zorro persona after preventing David, who's played by Brad Bufanda.
Oh, Bufanda.
Bufanda, yeah. From kind of hitting on Shelby when she's clearly like, no.
Right, it's one of these things, and this is what I mean where I said I didn't like this guy.
Yeah.
This David guy, because he's not taking no for an answer.
Yeah, he really isn't.
She said no, that means no.
It does.
Piss off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awful. Like, I think it's important to put it in this movie, like, that no means no. Like,
Aye.
nah.
It's kind of an important thing to have, and it also makes Carter even more appealing, because Carter's a bit downtrodden in that, and so he's quite likeable. And then when you see him do this, you're like, Carter rules, come on, son.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he's no Kenny, but still. Who's Kenny?
Who's Kenny? So yeah, Carter steps in and saves the day, only for David to turn around and basically threaten him, and is going to chase him all around the party.
He does. He chases him across the bar, and he's scrambling across the bar. Oh my God, right. I had it here. Carter scrambles across the bar, and he knocks stuff everywhere, and it made me just deeply uncomfortable. It was so much mess, and so much noise, and just I was like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
As I say,
almost as uncomfortable as David being a creep.
Yeah, he's pretty awful. And at one point he catches Carter and says, I think I just saw your life flash before your eyes, thinking that he's going to beat him up.
Aye.
But Carter has the perfect response.
He has the most Carter response. Woo woo! It's over, dude. Oh yeah? Yeah. Well, I hate to tell you this, dude, but I starred in Pirates of Penzance 3 summers in a row. Oh yeah? Say hello to Act 2, Scene 1. And then he biffs him.
He
Or
does.
He knocks him over. I can't remember what it
He,
is.
he opens a bar and hits him in the chin and sends him
obviously.
flying.
Biffs him.
Biffs him. He does biff him, but with a bar, which really impresses Shelby.
Yeah, Shelby's like, oh, aye, this guy's all right. This is
Yeah.
all fella.
Absolutely.
And again, like my theory of every child in this school has terrible eyesight, she doesn't ken who it is. So
She does not. I think it more leans into your theory of everybody being so totally self-obsessed they don't think of anybody other than themselves.
definitely Shelby, because that does come up later. She says something that very much fits the bill there.
We go back to Sam and Austin outside, and they have moved into a gazebo at this point.
And this is just after Sam's had to turn Austin away from the middle of the road because he's wandering around because he can't see where he's going. It's a miracle he's a quarterback.
I
How
know.
he can see when he's playing football, I've no idea.
And they're dancing in this pagoda, and it seems to be weirdly set up for a wedding, and there's a band there for some reason.
Well, this is he's like, why don't we have a dance? And she's like, but there's no music. And then then there's a band, and there's this woman there who's just got her tambourine, just like that.
Yeah, the tambourine lady just standing there all evening.
She's the most unenthusiastic tambouriner I've ever seen
Yeah,
in
it
my
was
life.
terrible.
Do you know what I mean?
The song they danced to is I'll Be by somebody, I don't know who. And there's a part in it, and I can't not hear it, where they talk about Silverside. I don't think
Well, like the beef.
Yeah, I don't think it is Silverside, but every time all I can hear is Silverside, and I'm like, oh, I love
You're going to slow
Silverside.
cook your silver side.
Yeah, like a Silverside.
I actually had here that this song is shite, right? And then I had, it's like Nickelback with violins. It's like Nickelback or Creed or something, is what it
Yeah.
sounded like to me. And then there was a wee bit of violin in there, which was alright. But then, I was like, this sucks.
As they're dancing, though, Sam's phone alarm goes off, telling her that she's got 15 minutes to get back to the diner.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. It's go time. So she runs off, leaving Austin having not revealed her name. How could he not know?
I can. How could he know? Because
Exactly.
his eyesight's terrible. That's it.
So the dance is reaching a close at midnight, not a surprise. And Mrs. Wells, who's played by Lynn Shay,
Legend.
yeah, absolute legend. She plays quite a small part in this movie, but she's just great. And she is ready to announce the homecoming prince and princess.
So much so that she just interrupts the DJ. She's like, right, this is happening and it's happening now.
I was right in the middle of a power jam, Mrs. Wells. You just totally harsh my mellow.
You'll get over it and live.
Do you know, all these years later from watching this movie, and it turns out that I've just turned into Mrs. Wells.
That's cool.
You'll get over it and live, you'll be fine.
There's probably adults watching this movie with their kids when they got dragged to the cinema at the weekend like that. I feel her like.
Yeah. Sam grabs Carter. They head off from the dance, but this is only after Sam has managed to pull Carter away from Shelby, who is he kissing at this point.
Ah, yes. Some
Yeah.
like a good smooch with her.
Yeah, he is indeed. Austin and Sam, or Prince Charming and Cinderella, are chosen as the homecoming prince and princess, but Sam is running up the stairs as it's announced, so the spotlight falls on her and they just say, Cinderella is playing hard to get.
It kind of
And
leans into the whole, oh, look, she's running away. She's really in character.
she is really in character, which is quite impressive. So she's seen running at the ball, but as she's running up the stairs, her phone ankle phone,
Phone ankle.
Her
Fankle.
her ankle phone falls off her shoe and onto the stairs, and she leaves it behind, with Austin picking it up, determined to find out who this Cinderella is.
Yeah, so the rest of the movie, he just goes around the town, he puts the phone against all the women's feet to see. He's like, whose phone is this? Bush against the foot. There you go. So Carter and Sam are heading back to the diner, and this is where Carter's like, well, did you not tell him who you are? And she's like, nah, because I've got a shite car or something. She does say that. She's like, oh, I've got a beat up old car and I've got this and that, and how am I supposed to tell him who I am?
Yeah, he won't like me.
Yeah, and it's like, this is the point where I was like, your car is alright.
Yeah, I know. Stop being so hard on yourself.
Quit, you're bitching. But Fiona's picked up the twins at this point, and so they're racing to get back to the diner before Fiona sees that Sam isn't there. But the twins get in the car, and Fiona's raging that they haven't got any awards. They've not won anything, or she's like, where's all your awards and where's all the rest of it? She's getting being mum of the year, basically. Yeah.
I am very, 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 very upset about this. You don't look upset. Ugh, it's the Botox. I can't show emotion for another hour and a half.
Jennifer Coolidge plays it so well,
And her face is like,
and it just doesn't move.
but she does it for the whole rest of the scene. It's not even just for this bit.
Mm-hmm.
Ken,
Yeah.
a Coolidge commitment. You know what I mean?
Coolidge commitment should be a thing.
Sam makes it back, narrowly avoiding being caught just.
Yeah, they have a bit of a car chase to get back to the diner.
And this is after basically her asking Carter to speed, and he's like, I'm already going 30, 38 in a 35-mile zone.
Which is outrageous.
Well, also, I'm like, how the hell is there zones in multiples of 5?
I know, I find this bizarre as well.
Ours is 10 here.
Yeah,
20,
multiples of
30,
10.
40, 50 plus.
Yeah, 50 plus.
Do you know what I mean? So Sam's in the diner, Carter drives out the diner, and Fiona pulls out in front of him, which causes him to sort of lightly bump into the diner sign, and then he's like, oh, he gets out and he's like, no, a scratch.
I know, thank goodness.
And I'm just like, wait for it. Wait for it. And then the sign comes plummeting down onto the car. Now, I will say this. As much as I was predicting something was going to happen to the car, I didn't think it was going to be quite as spectacular and satisfying to watch.
Yeah, like it really does a number on the car.
So I am an enigma because the bar made me uncomfortable because there was too much mess and all the rest of it. But this is satisfying.
There you go.
Didn't understand it myself.
You like what you like, and that's okay. But yeah, I do quite enjoy that when Sam makes it back at the diner just in time, she throws on a black t-shirt and she's behind and a cap as well.
Yeah.
And she's behind, like, in the kitchen making pancakes.
Which she doesn't normally do, but they frame it that Gus is teaching her how to make pancakes.
Yeah, and she's got like the big dress on underneath the t-shirt. And she's
the
like,
tutu,
"Whew."
puffy tutu thing.
Yes. So I did quite enjoy that. Fiona's like, there's something fishy around here, and it's not the salmon. And I do like
It's
that.
not the salmon.
Why is the diner open till midnight anyway?
I don't know. I could go a diner. I could go a diner dinner right now.
Yeah, to be fair, so could I.
Sam goes to school the next day to find Austin performing a school-wide search for his Cinderella.
Yeah, he's even made posters.
And they're talking about the homecoming prince thing and all the rest. I'm like, what's a homecoming prince? Why is it called that? What does that mean?
I have no idea.
And then it's like, is it just like a popularity contest? I believe that's probably what it is.
I think so, yeah, but I
Which
think...
feels deeply not right.
Yeah, definitely.
Way to separate your kids even more and have them another reason to bully each other is to have a straight up popularity contest, which
Yeah.
is sanctioned by the school.
I think,
Maybe it's just an alien concept here, I don't know.
yeah, certainly for this movie, it's decided by the teachers. I think it's just basically who's got the best fancy dress.
Is that what it is, do you
I
think?
think so, yeah. Even though we all know it should have been Barrel.
Of course it should have been the barrel. I am the barrel. Barrel boy.
Bertie Barrel.
Watch this. There is probably no barrel. And I could swear there was a barrel and I wrote down, look, there's a barrel. So
I'm going to have to watch it again.
Carter tries to convince Sam basically to reveal her true identity to Austin. To which she's like, no.
Yeah, no.
She's like, I'll tell Austin when you tell Shelby that you're Zorro. How's that?
I think that's fair. I
Do you
think
know
that's
what I
more
mean?
than fair.
Carter heads to the pool. And by the way, this has confused me. Is this at school?
Yes.
Because I was like, are they just at the pool now?
No, I think their school has a pool.
Right,
School pool.
Carter goes to the pool and then and he says he goes to Shelby to tell her who he is, and it doesn't go very well.
It does not.
And she's basically like, oh, I had too much cold medicine because I wasn't feeling well at the dance.
Yeah.
And then she's also turns into her pals and she's like, who's this? Like, she has no idea who he is.
Yeah.
Hence
no
why
clue.
it's much more believable that she didn't recognise him, because she's no idea who he is.
Yeah, and she's really pretty horrible because she says, we are completely different classes of human being.
Yeah.
She's awful.
Shitty thing to say. Like,
Horrible.
But she basically turns around as well and she's like, oh, you're the freak who hums show tunes to himself. And I'm like, that. What's wrong with that?
I do that.
Right? As a musical theatre lover myself, I'm partially humming a few show tunes and I'll hum them if I want.
Exactly.
Get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so can Carter.
Yeah.
So eat shit. Austin's pals have surprised Austin with a wee sort of lineup of auditions they've had to see who the Cinderella is, because they've put like a call out to all the girls or whatever. I don't know if who put the posters up. Was it them? Was it Austin?
I think it's his pals have gone around and asked basically any girl in the vicinity and be like, were you with Austin last night? If so, he wants to chat to you. And then gather this gaggle of girls to do this weird bachelorette style audition process.
That's really weird. But I'll tell you, Helga's cool.
Helga is
Helga
cool.
rocks, right? Helga steals this whole scene, right?
She does.
Helga's bigger than the other girls, right?
Yeah, she is.
But she's into barbells and history, and she sounds awesome.
And protein shakes.
And protein shakes.
However, I do wonder how much of that is true and how much of it they've actually asked Helga.
Well, I don't know, but Helga, while they're doing that, is flexing. So
She
I'm
is
pretty sure
flexing.
she's into all of that. Helga rules.
Best character in the movie.
I would have liked it if this was a scene where then what's his face? Austin goes, Actually, Helga, you're my cup of tea. Let's go and have a date. And then and then the movie just changes tact completely.
That would be interesting.
And Mrs. Wells comes out of nowhere and she's basically like, right, this is like, stop this now. We're not doing this anymore. And she turns into, I think his name's Ryan. I don't know.
Yes, that's right.
But she looks at him and she's like, hi, Ryan. I'm
I
like,
know,
ugh,
it's weird.
that's predatory behaviour and ugh.
Yeah, I don't quite know why they put it in. It feels very odd.
I don't know. I think it's quite naughty in its approach. I feel like that's the kind of thing we would have laughed at then. We would have
Yeah.
knew it's creepy. But then it wasn't creepy. Then it was funny. Fact.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I was like, oh, does they fly new? Fiona's looking through the mail and she finds Sam's acceptance letter to Princeton, finding that she has been accepted. And she hides it from Sam when she comes home.
She's a rotter.
Sam
Through
comes
through.
in and she spins a yarn about how it's junk mail or something.
Yeah, so she hands her a bit of junk mail. She's like, oh, I'm waiting for a letter. Has anything arrived for me? And she's like, nah, but this crap letter has.
Crap letter. I really wanted this to take a dark turn, and then she finds out, and then she murders Fiona.
That would be more
I was like,
satisfying.
because I would.
Yeah. Also,
That's
it is
horrible.
it is against the law to open somebody else's mail.
There you go.
So
Even
another
if they live in your
crime.
house.
Even if they live in your house.
There you go. So Sam goes upstairs and one of the stepsisters, she's chatting away to Austin, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the stepsisters comes in and she's like, where's my report? So obviously Sam's doing the reports for the sisters as well.
That's right, yeah.
And probably Fiona's probably well in the know about that too.
Oh, definitely.
And it's like, oh man.
I do love it because the sister's like, can you make it sound more like me though? Because I'm tired of having to explain why I sound so smart on paper and not in person.
And it's Sam's fault. Get what I mean?
Of course it's Sam's fault.
But I'd write it and then like fill it with just like the worst inappropriate shit you've ever seen. That would be hilarious, just to see the result of that.
Mm-hmm.
Brianna, one of the sisters, finds Sam's messages to Austin while snooping around on her computer.
Yeah, she's a rotter.
And then Gabriella overhears this as well.
Yeah.
At this point, they have a brainwave that Sam's Cinderella, and I'm like, damn, this lordom.
Yeah, they're
Or blind, as discussed.
Well, yeah, it could
But
be either
just,
now.
get what I mean? Austin's working at the garage, and he's got his acceptance letter for Princeton as well.
He does. He's delighted.
Both the girls try to pass themselves off as Cinderella when they turn up at the garage, basically, don't they? Because they now know, so they're like, oh, well, maybe we can use this to our advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Austin asks them to prove it by saying, well, what is it that Cinderella dropped in at the end of the dance?
Mm-hmm.
And neither of them could get it right. And one of them's like, a wallet.
They panic at some point, and then one of them says a fish.
A fish, aye, that's right. And then they start fighting, and this is where, so at first their argument's funny when she's like, a wallet, a fish, that made me giggle, right? It's not very funny, but it's funny enough to pass in this movie. And then they have this mad fight through the car wash, which I was just like, can we get to the end of this? Like,
It goes on way
did
too
you
long.
not feel like that too?
Yeah.
But at the car wash as well, before the sisters arrive, we see that, as I've got here, Chad Corey Dillon's dad is he's a pushy asshole, man. He's just constantly going on about this thing, but it's a caricature of these types of sort of situations, I think. Do you know what I mean? But I feel this, it's like I said to you earlier, I think it likely happens, but it's like, just didn't ever let anybody tell you can't do something that you want to do.
Yeah.
Or that you can't at least give something a shot, or you can't at least pursue something that you want to do.
Definitely. And I think it's his dad's responsibility to kind of make sure those channels of communication are open and that he's
Yeah.
open enough to hearing his son when his son goes, actually, that's not what I want to do.
Oh, aye, just I've meant to say as well, when the girls are fighting through going through the car wash, there's a kid that looks through the window, and it's not the kid who's like, that's our car. It's actually some other kid, and he's like that. So I know you can't see that, but Kat can see. He's just doing this little creep smile. It's weird.
Oh, wow, that's weird. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that one next time I watch
I'll
it.
find it later. Show you. So Austin goes to the diner and he's served by Sam, and Sam tries to tell Austin who she is, but Fiona obviously interrupts. And it's like, I've got here, right, the idea that he can't tell it's her is the stupidest thing ever, right? It was really starting to annoy me now.
It gets to the point of obnoxiousness where she's like, it feels like you're wearing a mask and you just want to tell people who you are, and she's like waiting for the penny to drop.
I know, he's just like, no. You know what I mean? I had that kind of way going to Princeton, I'll tell you.
I know.
Princeton, one of them Ivy League schools. I was never
believe
sure.
so.
I can never tell what those are. You think you'd be able to tell it's her just for the way she talks, though?
Yeah, like you've definitely heard her talk and you know her height, and like if she wears a distinctive perfume or something, like there's other context
It
clues.
smells like dead leaves and farts.
Edward's been here.
Oh, the Edward.
So to get the revenge, Brianna and Gabriella end up showing the emails between Austin and Sam to Shelby and her friends in a bit of a low blow. The stepsisters make Shelby believe that Sam has stolen Austin on purpose and that she's doing it just to be mean.
You frame it quite well.
They do, they really do, and they proper stitch her up. And Sam has decided that she's going to tell Austin who she is after the school's pep rally.
Yeah, I'm like, what's that?
It's basically a hype up before a big sporting event.
It's like, who's going to win? We're going to win. Yeah. And I was like, it's the idea is just the most cringe thing in the world. Like, maybe here.
Yeah, it's a very American thing. It's a totally not British thing. Like, it wouldn't fit in our culture
wouldn't
whatsoever.
Do that. We wouldn't do that here.
Nah, that wouldn't fly.
I wonder why, though. It's a really weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not.
Because why was that my reaction when I thought of that? Like, oh god, like
I know, I don't know what it is. Like, it's
but when we see it in an American film or TV show or whatever it may be, it doesn't, like when you watch Bring It On, for example.
Yeah.
You didn't really necessarily see it as an odd thing, but if it happened here,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Like, school sports are not a massive thing here.
No,
you wouldn't imagine like a whole school coming out to see like the Musselburgh Grammar
the whole town
football team.
The whole town are going to turn out to see that. No way. So it's just a totally different world here. Also, the pep rally, Carter's a farmer now at one point. He's like, I don't know what he's wearing, but he's got a new outfit.
Yeah, he's got a little cowboy hat on. It's very cool.
There's a cowboy. I wasn't sure. And then,
Sam says, "Oh, hi, cowboy," and he goes, "Oh, do you think I look like a cowboy?" He gets very excited about it.
Class. Do you know what gets me too? At the pep rally, right? Literally, one of the things the guy says, shouting things. He says, "Who's going to lead us to victory?" And I'm like, "No pressure, Austin, eh?" Because that's what they're talking about him, right?
Yeah.
So they're all like, Austin! And it's like, right, wait a minute, that's far too much pressure for a child.
It's so much pressure. Also, I've written down that it's quite culty.
It is a bit, aye.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, I don't know. Weird.
Shelby puts together quite a cruel skit to perform at the pep rally about Sam and Austin. Now she's got all their emails and she kind of plays out their relationship.
It's sort of like a WikiLeaks scenario, but in a high school.
It is. That's a very good analogy, yeah. And Gabriella and Brianna are kind of acting in the middle of it, and it's all pretty cruel. And it's just basically there to humiliate Sam and to reveal that Austin is actually dreaming of going to Princeton rather than following the dream that his dad has laid out for him.
It's also, I feel like this whole scenario is just designed to confuse Austin's dad, because that's what's happening. This is what I meant, and I mentioned it earlier. Austin's dad's just tapping Austin on the shoulder going, "What's happening?" Because he's sitting behind him. He's like, "What's going on? What's this? Where am I? What's my name? What town do we live in?" It's like, it's maddeningly irritating.
It is super irritating.
Mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And especially it's not even that he's not understanding, it's just like it's just not what he wants to hear.
No.
So he does understand what is being said.
Aye.
It's just not does not conform.
Does not compute.
Yeah, it doesn't conform to the idea that he's got. And it's so much pressure on Austin. It's very unfair.
But anyway, he's going to lead us to victory.
Apparently so, yeah, despite that. So it's revealed that Sam is Cinderella, and Austin turns around and looks at her, and then at that point they started chanting "Diner Girl" again, like the whole crowd.
Yeah, again, strange.
Very strange. And at no point does Austin go, no, cut all this. Like, I'm Austin. I'm the leader of this cult.
I'm the cult boy. It's like, it's a weird one because he just lets it all happen. You're like, and he sits there with this stupid pained look on his face like he's got gas. And can he pass it or something?
Maybe.
And it's just like, you're just the worst, right? He's not a bad person, but it's like, do something.
Totally. So, hurt and humiliated, Sam heads back home in floods of tears and rushes into her room.
And she slams into her bed like...
Yeah, very dramatic, very teen. And Fiona brings up a lovely plate of cookies, and a letter has arrived for her from Princeton. So it says that she wasn't accepted, which is quite in contrast to the letter we saw earlier.
Fake news.
And it is a fake letter that Fiona has doctored up, and it transpires that they've thrown out the real letter because they're rotters through and through. The cookies do look good though.
Yeah.
Because if Fiona gives her the letter and she's crying her eyes out, and then Fiona just tucks into one of the cookies and goes, moist.
She does.
Yeah, she doesn't really care. So Fiona leaves and leaves Sam to be quite upset, and Sam starts digging through the stuff that she had from when she was a child with her dad.
Yeah, she just starts throwing random shit around. I was quite confused.
Yeah, she's looking through it and she picks up the fairy tale book and she throws it across the room because she's mad.
Peter's Castle. She doesn't want to read that right now. So they're off.
Who wouldn't want to read that right now?
Magic porridge pot, no bother.
Cook little pot, cook and make me feel better. Should rage him. Not having a great day as Sam. At school the next day, Austin sees Sam in the corridor and Shelby comes up behind him kind of creepily on his shoulder and goes, "People like her don't belong in their world."
Yeah.
Weird, because Sam's tried to make herself quite small, like she's got a baseball cap on, she's trying to hide. So I don't think she enjoys being in the limelight very much.
No, not really. And she looks like she's crying, basically. And it's like she's trying to stop, she's not being feeling very good about being at school because she can't, everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a horrible position to be in. You see Austin in his room later trying to write her an MSN message and not really being very successful. He keeps typing stuff out and then deleting it. He's not finding the words to talk to her at all.
Like how you keep referring to it as MSN.
Yeah, it's 2004. It could be MSN. The next day, Sam is working at the diner and she's really, really scrubbing the floor. And
With vigour.
With vigour indeed. And then she tries to get up and she slips because she's on roller skates and the floor is wet. Somebody is going to break an ankle in that place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a death trap. And Rhonda is really trying hard to cheer Sam up. And she says something really profound here.
Yeah, she says, you don't realise how blessed you are. You have a whole family behind you. We have faith in you, but you've got to have faith in yourself. And it's awesome. And it's Regina King being a badass.
Yeah.
And also, at this point, she's like, what she asks, she actually approaches Sam. She says, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Or what are you doing? And
Yeah.
she says, and she says, no, what are you going to do with your life?
Yeah.
And then Sam's just like, it's over because I didn't get any Princeton. Right?
Mm.
And you're like, mate, just go to another college then.
Yeah. There's plenty of other ones out there.
Aye. Do you know what I mean?
Have
It's
to be
not over
Princeton.
because you didn't get to Princeton. I know a lot of kids, apparently, at least if I'm basing my knowledge on movies and TV, I'm going to that university, I'm going to college, whatever. I'm going to that, that's what I'm doing. And if they didn't, it's like Gilmore Girls where Rory's obsessed with going to Harvard.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, there's other options. That's
Yeah.
why when you apply here, you pick 5.
Yep.
You pick 5 in this country. You hope you get your first choice.
You don't always get
You
one
don't
of the
always
five.
get one of the 5, but you get 5 shots.
You do get 5
Do
shots.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Just as she's feeling down her luck as it is, Brianna and Gabriella come in and they slam the door behind them, and a guitar that's got Elvis on it for some reason. Why is it on-
Diner.
Yeah, Diner.
Diner Bants.
Which is on the wall, falls down and rips off the wallpaper, exposing a quote from back in the days when it was Hal's Diner that says, "Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game." Very poignant. Very poignant words. Fiona comes in and the sisters instantly blame the damage to the wall on Sam, which infuriates Fiona. At this point, Sam reads the quote aloud and decides that she has absolutely had enough of Fiona and all her nonsense and the way they treat her. And she quits working at the diner. She says, nah, had enough. She tells Fiona that she can mess with her hair, her nose, her face, and even her dad's diner, but she's through messing with her. Hooray!
It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of feel about it, this scene.
It does. Sam also says that she's moving out of Fiona's house and that she is going to live with Rhonda, which I think is an excellent
Well, I
move.
think she basically says, I'm moving out, but she's nowhere to go. And then
Yeah.
Rhonda's like, well, she's going to live with me.
Yeah, Fiona goes, where are you going to go? And Rhonda says, she's going to live with me.
And then Rhonda quits.
Yeah, Rhonda does quit. Yeah, there's actually a bit of a mass walkout.
Yeah.
But after
Revolution, man. It's in the air.
It is in the air. But yeah, after Sam has had her statement, Rhonda gives Fiona exactly a dose of the treatment she needs and tells her exactly what she thinks of her.
You know what? The only reason I stayed around and put up with you for all these years is because of that girl. And now that she's free of you, there is nothing stopping me from kicking your butt.
Oh, come on, no. Not my face. It's much newer than the girls. Go for the girls.
But it's not just the staff that walk out, it's the customers as well.
Yeah, and the big guy that orders the giant breakfast and has a Diet Coke, he's like, I'm going to know. And I'm taking... No, he takes his food and he goes, bill me. And walks away.
Yeah.
This is one of the moments in the movie that has heart, and some of the scenes throughout this film actually do.
They do.
So, it has to be said.
It has to be said, it's true. You see Sam with her stuff getting settled into Rhonda's place, and she says that it's one of the first places she's felt settled for a really long time.
She actually looks relaxed in that.
Yeah, she
At
does.
least she would if she was a good actress.
So you see her unpacking, and she seems like she's going to be there for a little bit anyway. It is the night of the big football game, though. Da-da-da. Sam, while she's on a roll, she's on a brave streak, storms into the boys' locker room and confronts Austin.
She does.
She does. And she says that she's fed up with him having these 2 different identities. One when the 2 of them are just speaking alone, and one to his friends.
I didn't pick that up, that they've really spoke alone that much at all.
Well, it's all those chat room talks.
Right.
You know, where it's like
So they've
Princeton girl and
they
Nomad.
have chatted, but they've not chatted in person.
They've not chatted in person, but they've
Okay.
obviously had like a really long-standing kind of interaction online.
That's what she's referring to.
That is what she's referring to, because she says, waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing.
Yep.
Sick burn, Sam. Sick burn.
burn indeed.
At which point she walks out.
She does. And then we see the 2 sisters are at the game. The
Yes.
twins are at the game. And they're just beating the absolute piss out of this poor woman next to them, eh?
It's hilarious.
She's
It's
like smacks her in the face, then boots her in the nose, like at one point.
yeah, she does.
I quite
She
remember.
slaps her with her arm and then she
That's
kicks her in the face. It's so funny. When Sam leaves the locker room, she goes out into the school corridor and Carter is there waiting for her and says, "What do you want to do now?" And he was actually saying, "Well, I kind of wanted to watch the game." So the two of them head out and join the crowd to watch the game.
Also, I had a note here that the dialogue in this scene was terrible.
Oh, really?
It's really, like the rest of the film, it's no groundbreaking or anything, but at least it works for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But here it was like, oh, the scene felt really just messy and a bit shit.
Oh dear, that's not good.
What I didn't get is, at this point either is why the hell has Austin not just been like, oh, she's the girl I've been chatting to all this time. Oh, sound, let's make a thing of this. Let's do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think it's the sort of social pressure of her being the diner girl.
I think that's it.
And then they're just like, well, you're a dick then, if that's what matters to you.
Exactly, and I think that's what she's saying to him. It's just saying that he's being one person when they're speaking alone.
Yeah.
But there's that kind of, as soon as they're in public, he's a bit like, oh.
In the last few minutes of the game, just as the game's about to start again after like a stoppage, Austin is going to lead the last play, and he sees Sam leaving, and then he abandons the game.
Hey!
But as he's running off the pitch, his dad grabs him and asks him what he's doing, throwing away his dream like that. And Austin's all like, "No, Dad, I'm throwing away yours."
Yeah.
And then Austin makes up with Sam and kisses her. And just as it starts to rain.
Oh, I know, the timing's very poetic. It's beautiful.
I think they put more thought into that 3D droplet of rain than they did about most of the dialogue in this movie, by the way.
I think...
Did you see that?
I did.
It was like...
I did. I think this whole movie has been built around this idea of the rain drop, the drought breaking the moment they kiss.
Yeah. I
think
wonder
there's-
if there was a drought in 2003.
Probably.
I was going to say 2003, that's not how we say that. 2003, right? I wonder. And then if they were like next again year, they were like, oh, we'll make it all about the drought.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
even
that's
though
right.
it's not, because it only gets mentioned a couple of times.
Yeah.
There's a few things in this film where they bring something into the fold and then never really use it again.
Yeah.
And then just decide to bring it up again later.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So Sam then finds her dad's hidden will in the fairy tale book that she threw across their bedroom earlier on. I didn't realise that till now. I wondered where the will came from. And that leaves everything to her, not Fiona. Sam decides to sell Fiona's cars, and Fiona's taken for questioning by the police when she tries to stop the sale of her cars. Yes. And she's a weasel right to the last bit, isn't she?
She really is.
Because basically the district attorney is going to have to question her for keeping it a secret when her signature was plainly on it.
Because Fiona's excellent and Jennifer Coolidge is brilliant, where she's like, "I've never seen that will before. I've never seen that secret will before.
I've never seen my husband's fake will before," or something like that. Oh man, it's
She's
funny.
excellent.
But like, the stepsisters then find Sam's real Princeton acceptance letter in the bin, where they'd filed it, quote unquote, filed it. Are they looking for it for a reason, or?
I think they're worried they're going to get in trouble.
All right.
Oh, well, I think they are in trouble.
Right.
So they'd go in the bin and dig it out. And it's one of those big industrial bins. So they must have thrown it out of the diner, I guess.
You'd be lucky the bins have been emptied, because that's what would have happened in real life.
No, around here it's every 3 weeks.
It's true, actually. Hal's Diner is fully restored to normal, back to the way it used to be, and after making a deal with the district attorney, Fiona, Brianna and Gabriella are forced to work at the diner to pay off their community service debts, under supervision for Rhonda.
Who is now co-owner of the diner.
That's right.
So Fiona's done something really serious here. She's committed a really serious crime. Like, it is serious fraud.
It's prison for a long time.
No, not in this land.
No.
No, she just does a tiny bit of community service.
You just have to
scrubbing
clean the
some
flare
floors.
on in a diner.
Yeah.
It's not even like community service is like doing hard, like difficult jobs that the community requires, not you cleaning the floor of a diner.
Yeah, very weird.
So my favourite part of the wrap up here is Carter. Carter gets a role in an ad for pile cream or something. I don't know, what is it for?
It's for acne cream.
Right. I initially thought it was like, is this hemorrhoid cream?
It normally is
And that's
hemorrhoid
why he
cream,
looks so happy, because when they're gone, you're going to be happy. But I wasn't sure if it was a tooth product, because he's really happy, so then he's showing his teeth. But basically, he then wins Shelby's interest, but he sees her for what she is and rejects her for the girl that's always doing the sort of announcements at school.
Yeah.
And the DJ who's like, "You're harshing my mellow," is her.
Yeah.
Which comes out of nowhere, because I didn't even know they two knew each other. So
It's cool.
they do now,
Yeah.
right? It wouldn't have hurt to have one interaction between the two.
It definitely wouldn't have hurt.
The last scene is Sam and Austin sitting in Sam's car, and Austin's giving her phone back, and it's a sort of testament to the Halloween dance. He starts attaching it to her ankle.
Oh God, cringe.
I know, which is how it was attached at the party, obviously, as we discussed.
Yeah.
But she takes it before he can finish, and they kiss and ride off to Princeton, and their new future together.
Hey, happy ending.
And she says something like, "And after all, I'm still just a freshman."
Yeah, to be
I
fair,
don't know what that was
I
about.
actually do like it because what she says is, and they lived happily ever after for now. Like,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like, I don't know if it's going to be like our romance is forever or what, which I doubt, but
But after all, I'm still just a freshman.
Yeah.
It's early doors and I'm very young. That makes sense, and I get that, but maybe it would have been better delivered by a different actor.
yes, I think you're probably right.
Anyway, that's the film over. 0 fairy godmothers, 0 talking mice, 0 musical numbers, and 0 pumpkin carriages. I'm pissed.
So, Mikey, what did you think of this film?
Right, so there's no getting about the fact that this film is like vanilla as hell.
I
But
think
what I
that's
mean
fair.
is it's basic. Do you know what I mean?
It is quite.
There are moments with a lot of heart, and I said that earlier, and I only mentioned it once, but there are throughout. There's moments like that throughout. And standout performances for Coolidge and from Regina King as well.
Mm-hmm.
A film like this is already predictable because it's based on a Cinderella.
Mm-hmm.
So you can what the story is really going to be anyway. But the way it plays out and the way it falls into all the stereotypes of the time. How many times have we mentioned movies and these kind of things happening in movies and TV shows? So, it wasn't breaking any new ground, and I think that's what it intended today, to be fair. But then maybe it's not super predictable for a teen who's really just getting into movies or who's just watching a movie that's going to relate to them and relates to everything in their life. And so maybe it's not predictable to them. I don't know. If I'd watched this as a teen, I'd have been like, ooh, this is too vanilla for me. Quite honestly, okay, because at this point I was exploring loads of different cinema and movies and stuff at that age when I was at high school even. People say, when I was on Reddit, people are like, it's only a kid's movie, get over it, was some guy's comment. And it's like, but that's fair, but I will always argue that some of the best movies in existence are for kids.
Yes, yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Like, one of my top 5 movies ever is Ratatouille.
Mm-hmm.
A kid's movie.
Yeah.
Kids movie, in inverted commas. You know what I mean? So if it's for kids, it doesn't have to be dumbed down garbage or vanilla and boring. Do you know what I'm saying? Jennifer Coolidge is funny, though.
She's great.
Really good. Regina King, class as well. I'm a fan of hers anyway. Well, to be fair, I'm a fan of both women. They're both great. And then Hilary Duff just isn't good, I don't think. Still better than Kristen Stewart, mind.
Yeah, I think
But
that's reasonable.
I don't think she's that good an actress, and I think a lot of stuff doesn't land because she doesn't put it across very well either. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's just like, I don't know, there's no meat on that bone. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, there's nothing there. It's a bit substanceless and a bit flat and... But I think Chad Michael Murray is better in Gilmore Girls than he is in this as well. But then this is the thing. I've said this to you before when I've been talking to you about Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls is famously well written.
Yes.
Right? It's got some of the best dialogue I've ever seen on TV. Right? This doesn't.
No.
So he's not really got a chance to do that. So there's every chance that Hilary Duff perhaps was better in other things too. But I can't really say because I've never seen her in anything else.
Yeah.
It latched onto the Cinderella idea to try and frame it, to try and make it something new, but you're not doing that because you're just telling us Cinderella again. And you're saying, with the tagline in that, we're bringing it in and making it modern, but it's the same frickin' story, and all you've done is mash a fairy tale together with 0 of the interesting elements from a fairy tale, and you've taken another high school drama and mashed them together. And it's flat for me, so that's what I think about it. But anyway, what I'm curious, for someone that would have been, the right age to watch this and that at the time, what did you think of it then, and what do you think of it now?
Yeah, I definitely was at the right age for this, I think, because I was 13 when this came out. So I really enjoyed it. I think it's a bit of fun, and I've enjoyed it since I was that age.
Aye.
I think people have higher expectations of films now than they did back then.
Aye.
I think particularly, as you say, for kids films, I think as time has gone on, they're not as often cheaply put out as this one kind of feels.
But this is the thing. This feels like it could be a Disney Channel film.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, this feels more TV movie, a bit more Hallmark than you probably would get now.
Do you think that's why it gets more harshly critiqued by people like myself? Because it's not a Disney Channel film. This isn't a TV movie. This was a movie that was theatrically released in cinemas.
Yes, I think that's exactly
So
it.
it's going to get harsher critiques.
Definitely, and which it should be held up to the same standard as other things, but it does have that kind of Disney Channel feel about it. I think sometimes there's not enough. I don't know whether it's trying to be hard comedy or whether it's trying to be romance, but it kind of doesn't stick the landing on either. There are funny moments and there's really touching moments, as you said.
There's dialogue in here that would land in a movie, a comedy film of a higher rating. I've said that already earlier. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't land as well here because it's confused as to what it is, maybe.
Yeah, and I think even the story kind of sags in the middle a little bit. But I think, like, certainly, as you've said, like Jennifer Coolidge and Regina King, any scene they are in, they elevate.
Aye.
So you can definitely see the parts that sparkle are with them in the centre position, and they're really good. Yeah, I think looking at it with a fresh eye, it is quite by numbers.
Aye.
Like, it's really...
That was actually a term I had written down somewhere, Carol.
Oh, did
so,
you?
yeah, by numbers is exactly, yeah.
It's definitely not groundbreaking, and I don't think, even at the time, I don't think it was groundbreaking. But I think it was trying to do something a bit novel, and the fact that it's spawned quite a few sequels is a bit worrying.
Yeah, that's that money, though.
Yeah.
Like, because if it made over 3 times its budget, so that's going to do that, innit?
Yeah, I don't think... I'm not in much of a hurry to watch it again anytime soon, as I thought I would be looking back on it.
Yeah, I think the only reason we didn't always watch films twice, but we both had a little bit of time on us because we've slowed down things a wee bit with the podcast just so we could get a break, so I could get a break as well, health-wise and everything. So we had a little bit of time. We didn't always have that luxury to rewatch them.
It's true.
So, you know, that's the reason we did that.
Yeah.
Not because we really wanted to.
No. No, and also I think just one last shout out to Simon Helberg. I thought he was great.
Should have been in it more.
He should have been in it more, exactly. So nice nostalgia trip, but I'm not in a hurry to go there again.
Fair enough. Looking online, interesting. Most of the stuff I saw online was actually mostly from Metacritic, from Rotten Tomatoes, and from Reddit as well, obviously. Critics sort of said that they felt that it followed the formula too closely. The sort of fairy tale thing, but also just the formula of a movie of this time and targeted at the people that's targeted it. It followed the formula really, really closely. By the numbers was a term I saw on there, and the sort of shy girl and mean sort of popular girls and the sort of, I've got a makeover and, they're dancing as well. There's a happy end. All those box ticking things people sort of highlighted. And folk were saying essentially it didn't really add much else to the Cinderella story as we know it. It didn't add anything.
No.
It just modernised it, but even then it was the same sort of story and didn't really deviate apart from glass slipper phone and, you know what I mean? But, you know, I would say, though, like you can say it falls, and it has, because it's just listed off those examples. But, you know, the whole thing about Carter, no point in the movie is Carter pine over our lead at all. Not at any point. He doesn't sort of, I really love her, and there's none of that.
Nah.
That there is a sort of cliche that a lot of these movies fall into, but they didn't do that. So that was something I just need to at least highlight the fact that didn't fall into that particular cliche.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at least, but granted, there are a few other.
A few others, but no, it's true that at least they didn't fall into that one, and I appreciate that.
Somebody said it was too sanitised and had a Disney Channel vibe.
Yeah.
Because of Hilary Duff, but you can't blame one person for that, I wouldn't say.
Nah.
But then folk have also said that they find that they've got a lot of nostalgia for it, and it's probably for the same reasons I mentioned when I was talking about the noughties earlier on. People find it comforting and like the soundtrack, which is I mentioned to you earlier as well, and for some reason appreciate the fashion.
Oof. Odd choice, but okay.
But all in all, I think most people sort of agree with our sort of outlook on it. But there are reasons why people enjoy it, and it's largely nostalgia. Again, that word that keeps popping up quite a lot when we're talking about movies here, eh? So
definitely, and it must be like, it would be really interesting to see a teen's point of view now of what life was kind of like.
Yeah, they'd probably be mind blown by like, what do you mean they're not on their glued to their phones looking at reels all the time?
Yeah, like Sam loses her phone for maybe a week.
Aye.
I don't know how long, and
know,
she's not
no
bothered. It's never
drama at all.
mentioned.
Nah.
Never mentioned.
Which is, to be fair, partly in fault of the writing, I'd say there.
Yeah, I definitely
But,
think it is.
It's quite fun. And when we sit in this room and we talk about movies, I can't express how much of a joy it is to not be on my phone when we're doing this. You know, I'm somebody who's become very hyper aware of my screen time, and I'm trying to reduce it at any cost.
Yeah,
Because I feel like we all spend far too much time on our phones.
definitely.
So watching a film like this and seeing kids not on their phones is a nice thing.
Yeah.
And that's definitely something I'd score this film up for. And that is purely a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I think it's a very good point.
Anyway, Kat, I've had enough of talking about what I thought of it, what you thought of it, what they thought of it. I want to know about the trivia.
Your wish is my command. Our first bit of trivia relates to our favourite, Jennifer Coolidge.
Or Regina King. Could have been either.
It could have been either, but this one's just Jennifer Coolidge. So Fiona's fake fingernails had to be attached with tape because she is allergic to nail glue.
Tape? How do you even, like, double-sided sticky tape?
I think so. I think you can buy like little sort of sticky dots for nails, but they come off quite easy. Ugh. Now here's a weird one. Rupert Grint actually won the role of Austin Ames, but had to drop out due to commitments to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. The role of Austin Ames was obviously given to Chad Michael Murray instead.
I'm sitting here like, would that have worked?
I don't think that would have worked at all. It would have had to be an entirely different film.
It depends, because Rupert Grint plays Ron as Ron, so there's every chance that if he was given a chance to do something else, he actually might have knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I've seen him in some other films, and he is a really good actor.
Given how, he's quite talented, everybody just kens him as Ron. Oh, Ron!
Yeah.
Reality is, you know, he could do better.
But to play that kind of
Do something else, sorry.
high school quarterback, he's not your stereotypical person for that.
No, not really.
But his Harry Potter contract was watertight.
Aye.
Interestingly, in this film, many of the characters have distinct colour schemes. So Samantha Montgomery and Austin Ames primarily wear blue, obviously to represent Prince Charming and Cinderella.
Oh,
Fiona primarily wears pink, Brianna primarily wears green, and Gabriella primarily wears red. Almost all of the colours correspond to characters in Disney's Cinderella.
Funny that,
Yeah. So, yeah, especially the sisters, I noticed that particularly.
See, I didn't notice that.
Did you not?
So that's a level, maybe it's says more about me, or maybe it's just that they were being subtle, which, you know, something I didn't think they would be capable of, so.
There you go. When you watch it again, you'll be able to look out for that.
Yeah.
During the Halloween disco, there is a girl who is dressed as a Statue of Liberty.
I love how we're calling it a disco and not a dance, by the way.
We will stick to disco through and through.
School disco!
Yeah, at the disco, there is a girl dressed as the Statue of Liberty, and it transpires that is actually the same outfit that Sandra Bullock wore in Miss Congeniality.
There you go. Does she dress up as the Statue of Liberty in that?
Yes. So it's Miss Congeniality is based at the Miss World pageant, and at one point they all come out dressed up as Lady Liberty. So they've reused that one. And actually, coincidentally, Regina King is in Miss Congeniality too. So there's another little connection there.
Oh, really? So it links. All right, cool. Nice.
In the very first scene we see Carter, he has a necklace around his neck, but it had to be taped onto his shirt to avoid any noise that the microphone would pick up.
That's just the kind of genius stuff you have to do when you're on set.
Absolutely, you got to make it work.
That's it.
Hilary Duff was homeschooled from 3rd grade onwards, which is age 8, in order to focus on her acting career, so didn't have to worry about missing any classes for the movie. So despite playing the bullied, nerdy high schooler in this movie, she never actually went to high school herself.
Aye, that must have been quite surreal, eh?
Yeah, must have been a weird one.
That's the other thing too, like a lot of these kids are normally older than the characters they're depicting as well.
Definitely.
So it would have been like she got to relive high school that she missed.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. So she didn't miss out after all. When Austin asks the stepsisters, when they're pretending to be the Cinderella, what Cinderella dropped at the disco, Brianna guesses fish. Although this appears to be random, it could be a reference to Jerry Lewis's Cinderfella 1960 film, when his goldfish is turned into his driver for the ball and transforms back into a goldfish at the stroke of midnight.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've heard of Cinderfella too.
It makes me think of Snooperfella. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Right, so like Snoop Dogg had a song called Snooperfella, and it's basically the Cinderella story, but he is Cinderella.
No
and it's
way.
hilarious.
Oh, we need to listen to that.
Snooperfella, doggy dog. It's catchy. Very catchy.
Excellent, I want that. And our last bit of trivia is the diner in which Sam works is located in Long Beach. The address is 4390 Atlantic Avenue, Long Beach, California, and it's actually called George's 50s Diner. So it's a real diner that actually is in operation.
And it's like the 50s.
Yeah, so
That's
it's more
cool.
like Fiona's than Hal's.
I guess it would be, yeah.
Not sure if they're on roller skates or not.
Oh, hopefully no, that's just a hazard waiting to happen.
Definitely. Health and safety, nightmare.
So we didn't pick that many lines in this movie, really. There wasn't any loads, but there was some standouts. The ones we picked, Kat, which is your favourite?
I really enjoy it when Rhonda is going after Fiona and Fiona is just being a little weasel.
You know what? The only reason I stayed around and put up with you for all these years is because of that girl. And now that she's free of you, there is nothing stopping me from kicking your butt.
Oh, come on, no. Not my face. It's much newer than the girls. Go for the girls.
Throwing her own children under the bus.
Yeah.
She's terrible.
It's no surprising at all.
It really isn't.
Fiona is a horrible shithead.
Oh, don't hold back, Mikey. But you're not wrong.
She is, eh?
She is pretty atrocious.
I
What's your favourite Mikey?
think I'd be at a loss if I didn't pick Terry or Kenny or whatever his name is. He's wee. You could say strop, but it's no, because to me it sounds like he's like, I don't really care, but I'm just being very theatrical because I feel like it.
Yeah.
Austin aims with the lady. A devastating blow. A worthy opponent.
A devastating blow.
Excellent. Terry is brilliant. Good choice.
To be fair, I had a really hard time no picking the salmon from Norwegia one, which I think I'm just going to play because it's a belter. It's like one of the first things that happens in the movie as well.
Yeah.
Is this the Norwegian salmon that I asked for? 'Cause I need my omega-3s. Only the best? I can tell. You know, it costs a fortune to fly that stuff in from Norwegia.
Do you know, it's the Norwegia bit in that, but like the fact that she refers to it as her omega-3s.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of the omega-3s.
Did you pick up any sounds in this movie, Kat, that stuck out to you? Any sounds that gave you a wee giggle or tickled you? Or you were like, that's weird?
There's a couple.
Why?
So my first one is a point where Austin and Sam are exchanging texts, and because obviously they're exchanging texts, they have to be read out loud. And Austin says ribbit ribbit, and it just makes me laugh.
Ribbit, ribbit.
What the hell? How did I not notice that one?
Ribbit ribbit.
Ribbit, ribbit.
Yeah, he says it with all the feeling of a wet fish. Like, there's just another there. Ribbit ribbit. And actually, I think the second one, I think we both share,
Oh, aye.
actually. And it's when
I'm
Fiona...
looking now because I'm like, no, I don't.
It's when Fiona bakes her own bum on the
Oh.
sunbed.
Yeah, we do, yep.
The blend in the music is
It's
just
excellent.
excellent. It is very good.
Class.
What about you, Mikey? Do you have any other favourite sounds?
I had this one that stood out to me. Hold on. Sorry, wrong movie.
Yeah, Bella's scream sticking with you.
The scream has stuck with me. All of the screams, and there were many. From this movie. One of my favourite sounds, other than the epic transition, was another Fiona scream, which is later on at the end of the film, which is the bit where Rhonda threatens her. Spectacular!
It is a good scream.
It's a better scream than Kristen Stewart's.
Definitely.
To be fair, it's true, but Kristen Stewart at least delivered many. So, as did Jennifer Coolidge apparently in this movie. Oh, the screaming going on in the last 2 episodes
Yeah.
of Rank Rotten.
There you go. We do apologise for that. But they're hilarious, so...
And as for if they said the name of the film in the film, nobody said A Cinderella Story.
No.
But the Cinderella gets said quite a few times.
Yeah, they say Cinderella a lot, but not a Cinderella story, no.
No, because that would be silly.
Mikey,
Mm-hmm.
can you please tell me what other people thought of this film?
Of course, as I do every episode, I have looked through Rotten Tomatoes to find reviews from audiences, not from critics.
The most important people.
Yeah, well, because the audience reviews are just a little bit more, I don't know, they've got a better flavour, I think, than the critic ones. If I was to sit here and read the critic ones, it wouldn't be very fun to listen to.
Nah.
Our first reviewer is called Co-D, but that's C-O space D.
Okay.
So it's not like Cody, it's Co-D.
Cody.
And they gave it a 5-star review. And it says, one of my faves, it's no Oscar-worthy film, but the critics suck. Lol.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. Aye.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, totally.
You like what you like. Everybody's got to have a favourite film. If that's theirs, go for it.
That's it. We didn't have a name for our next reviewer, but they gave it 1 star. And they simply said, and as I've said in previous episodes, I'm reading verbatim and as they're written, exactly. So, crud, why and how did I see this?
Okay. Make your feelings perfectly clear.
Crud, why and how did I see this?
Also, nobody's forcing you.
But they thought it was crud.
Yeah.
But what I love is that how and why.
How and why?
You tell us. We didn't ken.
I don't know how you saw it. I don't know why you saw
If
it.
you don't know how and why you saw it, then what chance do we have, mate? Our next person's called Chris B. And it's a 5-star review.
Oh, wow. Another one.
Aye, I know, eh? Now, this one's kind of wild, so bear with me, right? This movie is a wise lesson about life. Being not taken for granted. especially when involving money and wealth. So be really careful what contracts that you may sign into, which involves wills and things that may not all be a part of the pre-nuptial agreement. And possibly the stepmother, stepchildren may not be included in the actual will and living trust.
Wow, okay.
There's more.
Oh.
The greedy stepmother and stepsisters had gotten a taste of their own medicine after treating this guy's daughter with so much disgust and contempt. That's the review.
Okay, wow. This person's had too much caffeine.
There's a lot of capitals going on here. There is a lot of... I don't know when the sentences stop and start. I did my best.
Your delivery was excellent. It was really good. But is this legal advice or a movie review?
I know, eh? I think they've forgotten they're reviewing a movie, to be fair. Next one's a wee bit shorter. Not have a name for this person either. 2.5 stars. It's a Duff movie. What do you think? I don't know, you're supposed to be telling us what you think. This is a review.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I like the fact they've gone for the pun of Hilary Duff.
Aye.
It's a Duff movie.
Well, that's it. I mean, is that what they're doing?
I don't know if they're trying to say, like, it's a Duff movie, like, you know, it's a Hilary Duff movie. What do you expect?
Aye. But here, it's got a double meaning there.
Yeah.
It's somewhat clever, you might say. Next person's a 1-star review.
Oh.
Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray's characters have already spoken to each other. At the ball, Murray can't recognise who she is because she's wearing a tiny-ass mask. Tiny! So the rest of the movie is about him finding out who his Cinderella was. The two talk again, and Murray still doesn't clearly recognise that Duff is the girl. So, wow. That's believable. It's supposed to be a modern day fairy tale, I know, but it's dumb beyond belief. Stupid, awful. If you want to laugh at how bad A Cinderella Story is, then by all means check it out.
Wow, okay, they have made their feelings perfectly clear.
To be fair, they did quite latch onto that whole how can you not tell who she is thing, which also I did. So.
Yeah, but how embarrassed is it going to be when he finds out they've all got terrible eyesight?
I know, that's clearly what's going on here. There's something in the water and it's no good.
Yeah, God. Maybe we need to phone environmental health on that front. It's really interesting because it's something that we all struggled with this film, is the little tiny mask.
Yep. A mask that completely covers her identity in every way, shape or form.
Yeah.
Apparently. And our last review is a 2.5 starer, and it's only watched it because of Dan Bird. Only liked it because of Dan Bird.
That's fair.
There you go.
That's fair. But, like, how can you say that about Regina King and Jennifer Coolidge?
I know. Like Dan Bird is fun in this, and the lad plays a good part, actually. Mm-hmm. No, and he was good in First of May, when he was a wee kid, right? But this, you're right. How can you overlook those two huge performances from superstars? But at least this person's focusing on a performance from a sort of lesser known star, which is cool.
Yeah, definitely. Unless maybe this was written by his mum.
So, Kat, A Cinderella Story. Fresh, rotten, rank rotten. I think you're going to be trying to make the same decision I possibly was when I was thinking about this.
Yeah, I think so. For me, this movie is rotten.
Cool.
I think if you'd asked 13-year-old me, I probably would have said fresh, but it is rotten. Like, it's not...
But you're not falling into the realms of rank rotten.
No, I don't think it's rank rotten. Like, I think it has got some redeeming features. Like, I think some of parts of it are funny, parts of it are heart, as we've already discussed.
Aye.
But I think it tries to make all the right morals of the story, and it does try to modernise a story that we all know. And I think that's maybe sometimes where it gets a bit tired because it is following that story that we all know. But yeah, I think the story is sometimes a bit guff, and a bit like the characters are a bit either too silly and a bit goofy and just not got enough depth in them to make you feel anything about it. But also it's just a bit of fun.
Aye.
So for me, it's not rank rotten, it's not fresh, but it is rotten. What do you think, Mikey?
It's rotten, but like I was tossing up between rank rotten or rotten. But the fact is, I can't say, I'll only say it's rank rotten because, right, Forever My Girl was, right, and whatever other one, Twilight's both been in the running for rank rotten, I think. But like, this is what blows my mind, because Forever My Girl had a score of 25%.
Crazy.
Whereas this film is vanilla and it has that story which we've seen before and all the rest of it, but it still has more feel, heart and better performances arguably than that film did. apart from Jessica Roth, her performance is pretty decent actually.
Yeah.
But like in this film, there was more heart, there was more feel, even though there wasn't a lot of depth. There was still moments where you were like, oh, that's nice, or oh, that's cool, or watching Regina King stand up to Jennifer Coolidge actually was like, yes, go on yourself, like, and that speaks mere testament to the two actors' performances, to be fair. But that, you know, so that's why it's no rank rotten. There is enough to lift it out of that category for me.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I'm saying? As well as that, I was talking to you about the phone thing, putting your phone away and stuff. There is something that when I watched this film that made me almost sad, that when I go out and about now and I see people on their phones all the time, they're glued to them. They didn't just look at the world around them anymore. And I've been focusing in 2025 and looking at the world around me much more to try and bring me into what's happening now instead of racing ahead or looking at the news or scrolling. It's horrible. It's just freaking plague. Like, really, people need to be more aware of it and try and turn their eyes away from their phones and look at stuff around them again, because do you know what I'm saying? Like, the world's around you to look at and to take it all in, and then the day you go, you don't want to be like, oh great, I had a great life staring at my phone screen. Like, I don't want that.
Nah.
So, but this film reminded me of that, because looking at all these kids behaving the way I did at that age. See what I mean? So like, there's that too. And so I you know, it has a nostalgia thing going for it too. But you know, I don't think it's always enough to lift a film into being fresh.
No.
Because it's just nostalgia. I mean, you've got to try and be aware, like, it's like this thing where we're always like, is this film actually good, or is it just nostalgia tricking me into thinking it is good? Like, that's my thoughts on it. I think it's rotten for sure. It's no rank rotten. Sure as hell isn't fresh. So
I'm glad we've both met in the middle, going from different sides of the spectrum. Would you watch it again?
Well, I've watched it twice now, and that was too many times. So I can't see me watching it again. But if you were ever watching it, I'd be happy to let you watch it, and I'll just sit and play games or
Fair
read
enough.
a book.
Okay. That's all I can ever ask.
What
of
about you? Would you watch it again now? I mean, you've seen it before, obviously, but
Yeah, I think I probably would watch it again,
aye.
but probably not for a while.
Aye, this has been enough.
You
You brought this on yourself. This was your mystery pick.
I know. I did bring this on myself.
Somebody didn't even ask us to do this. You chose to do this.
Yeah, as I say, I
We're
think
gluttons for punishment between me picking the next Twilight film for myself and you picking this one.
exactly. You should just be thankful I didn't pick the next Twilight film, and I'll make
I
us do
was-
Twilight back to back.
I was very thankful. Well, with that in mind, shall we talk about what the next film is that we're going to talk about on Rank Rotten? Actually, do you know what I'm going to do first? Just mention we have been breaking things up a wee bit more.
We have.
We kind of forgot to say previously that we were going to be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But we will be having breaks now and again, because the sort of earlier part of this season we worked flat out on this thing, and to be honest, I didn't cope 100% the best.
It was a big undertaking.
Because it's a lot of working material and hours of audio material to go through and edit and put together and all the rest of it, and all the other bits and bobs we do for it. So, you know, we'll be having breaks, and we're talking about reviewing the way we do this thing going into next year. So we'll talk about that at the end of this year.
Yes, we will.
But anyway, so we're not talking sporadically, but there might be a week here and there where we're not releasing for the rest of the year. So
That's right.
we've got I've got a few episodes left for the year anyway.
Exciting.
It is. And even more exciting, we've got two Christmas specials coming
There's
up.
two.
There's two. Lake Placid, episode 4. We throw back there. We've got 2 Christmas specials coming up. One of them we have seen and we're very excited to do, which will be our last movie of the season.
Yes,
But we've got one before that,
we do.
and that's going to be
Christmas with the Cranks.
Christmas with the Cranks. We've not seen this, but I believe it's a super low rating of what is it?
5%.
5%. Wow.
That is like, so you know how much you've just enjoyed Cinderella Story?
Yep.
That got 11%.
Yeah, but this one's got Jamie Lee Curtis in,
Yeah.
and
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, and is also a Christmas film.
Yes.
So you're going to have a little bit more grace for it. Maybe no, though. I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm not 100% sure that having a Christmas film means that you're any more forgiven. But perhaps you are. Don't know. I guess we'll find out, because if this film's a total stinker, you know, although it has come recommended.
It has come recommended, so
That's right. It was my mum and dad said they watched this and they found it fun. So, you know, that might say more about them.
I know.
You
I
know?
am interested to see how we feel
That's
after
it.
we've been through Christmas with the Cranks.
It's been on the list for ages, though.
It has
We keep saying, oh, we'll watch that every year, and then we've not done it, so.
This is the perfect excuse.
Exactly.
time to get festive.
That's it. And then they've got a film after that too, which I'm buzzing to do, and it's a great one to finish the year on.
It is an excellent way to end the year.
And then I've mentioned this before, but we'll also then rank all of them. We'll have one more episode about New Year time, I believe. In fact, I think it's New Year's Eve. It comes out that it'll be a ranking of every movie we've talked about so far, and we'll put them in ranking order from worst to best, which will be fun.
That will be fun. That's going to be a difficult list to compile.
I know some of them are going to be doing the bottom there. Mm-hmm. Fact.
And we know that Twilight New Moon will be right up the top for you. Number one spot secured.
Anyway, so we have got another 3 episodes left of this season. So
we do.
And they'll be coming out bit by bit. But listen, if you want to know when the dates, we've got dates in mind for these episodes coming out. But if you go onto our social media accounts, I'll be posting the clips there, so you'll know when they're coming.
Yes.
I'll be posting a wee socials clip of the episodes before the start of that week that they're coming out.
Yeah, a little trailer for you.
That's right. And also, the socials are a great way for us to update folk on what's happening. If we delay something or whatever else, you'll get that information there. So you can get us, as mentioned earlier, you can get us on Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I've said that already, not?
No.
There we go.
That's the full list. You've done very well there.
And most of them are at Rank Rotten Pod. You can also email us to rankrottenpod@gmail.com.
Yes, you can.
Is it .com?
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that right. You see, I hesitated there. I was like, .com? Question mark. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. It's time to get Christmassy up in here next time.
I can't wait.
I know, that's it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Catch us next time for Christmas with the Cranks.
Woohoo! Bye.
Bye.